Welcome back to our 10th installment of Eclipse Night Eternal, a homebrew that has been created by me, Dungeon Master Corey Reader. So, last we left off in our unending darkness of a campaign, because there was an eclipse and there's an eternal night, kind of how the name states. Check it out. It'll tell you what I'm talking about right here.
Of course, Dungeon Master Corey.
So basically, the group has been investigating to try to figure out where these monolithic stones falling from the skies, where they're coming from, what they mean, what it's bringing about, because people have started becoming obsessed with them. The people becoming obsessed with them have started changing into monstrous beings. Speaking of dark, like, goth kids wearing Jinko pants style, like, things that might be happening to them.
That was a horror.
So Talus and Jaffe.
Yeah. Jinko pants with, like, wallet chains, and they're just like, unending darkness is upon us. But they are currently in a cave. They were looking for some one of the noble families of the town that got captured because of their ill dealings with what's going on, and then they were able to escape. They went down into the Delora family crypts, which the Deloras are the main noble family of the area, hence why the area is called Delora. They reside in Delora Keep, and they're in the Delora family crypts, which had a passage down to these other people that they're currently talking to. So we're gonna dive right into that. And last we left off, what's this character's name? Cole. Cole Train.
Really?
Cole Sunbeard.
Oh.
Let's see.
At least that's what his character sheet said.
Why do I still have personal left? Because I was playing your character last time.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
No problem, Allison.
Well, I'm currently in control of the prisoner, so I have no idea what's going on.
I might have to turn down the music just a tad bit.
Up or down?
Down, just a little bit.
Up? Okay.
All right. So, last we left off, you and Cole were talking to them, and some of the things that were said were, you are too late, your worst nightmares will become a reality, he will reclaim this world.
Alwyn steps forward and starts walking towards them. Just
Alwyn?
casually.
Or...
Me?
I'm sorry, not Alwyn. Sorry, Asriel.
Oh, we swapped characters for the day.
Yeah, sorry. Asriel's just gonna casually pull his sword and start walking towards them.
All right, as you do that.
I'm gonna grab my D20 and get ready.
Try out the new Dungeons and Dragons character builder add-on that, now that they've hooked it. Where's my people?
Future sponsor of ours. It's in the works. We just need to contact them and convince them and have them say yes. And it's a long process.
Can I get you to give me a wisdom save? Wait. Yes, wisdom save.
Okay.
It's not hard to beat.
It's two people.
15.
You're fine. As you approach, you see the female stick out her hand. Or actually, no. It's higher. I was on the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
Where is it?
If I heard them talking, I would have moved into the room or moved around the corner.
Okay. So you didn't see the woman do that. You saw... So just to give you an idea of who's standing there. And you can tell me if this changes anything, because I had to alter this a bit. So, you previously saw two people, and you can change what you were going to do if this affects anything.
There's also 17 other ones.
There weren't that many last time. Okay.
Okay. So, you see 3 other people along with them. You see 2 cultists, and then another cultist that's wearing a different, basically, shade of color to their robe.
You can angle that down just a bit. Keep going.
I think he's still gonna go for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to walk forward?
Yep. So,
Okay.
I'm turning around the corner because I've met.
Yeah, I guess if anybody wants to do anything,
I've met the Estums and helped facilitate their arrest, so I'm gonna move myself around the corner.
Okay. So I'm going to say this is a fluid motion as...
He's on. My spider is on.
Well,
me,
what's your
Orion.
character's name again?
Azriel.
Azriel. As Azriel walks forward, you see that this one sticks their hand out, tries to have you make a wisdom save, and then as soon as that happens, I'm going to have you all roll initiative.
Okay. Hey!
Okay.
Alan.
I rolled a 5.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. Play.
4.
Percival.
18.
Nice.
I rolled +8.
Azriel.
22.
22. Cole.
Oh, sorry, I need the roll for Cole.
Oh,
Pretty good.
Damn.
22.
22. Alright.
Orion rolled a 4.
I don't know if... Let me see. Where did that go? And Orion rolled a what?
A 4.
4.
Starting the day
All right.
good.
Azriel.
Alright. Azriel's gonna go right up to Orange. That's the lady, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he'll go right up to her. And as he goes along, he starts chanting, and his blade turns ethereal, and he takes an attack at her. I'm
Okay.
just casting Vampiric Touch, but I like the idea of like it being his weapon.
Oh, so let me see. As she sees you walk up and
Okay.
do that,
These are definitely bad guys.
she's going to attempt to cast Counterspell.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna cast Counterspell on her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Counterspell on that Counterspell.
Do you even have counter still?
No. I'm not even there. I'm not even in line of sight.
Can you... Let me see.
What's the question?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Okay. So you attempt to cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay. Does it take effect?
He counterspelled it. It does.
Okay.
Counterspell to Counterspell.
Right. I was just making sure, because he said I attempted to.
Yeah.
And I will make an attack against her as part of the spell. Ugh.
Did you waste my Counterspell?
Probably. I get to make an attack every turn. It's just kind of delayed, I guess. 10.
10 will not hit.
Alright. That is my turn then.
Alright.
God damn it.
Call.
Cole.
Call.
Oh, gosh darn it, this is going to get used to. Okay, sorry. Cole will run up to the purple guy.
What happened to the dinosaur?
And he is a barbarian,
It's
so
over
he
here.
will rage. And how does his attacks work?
Everyone was playing your character like super wrong last time on Monday. It's like, oh, he has this ability. Oh, we forgot he has this innate ability.
Yeah.
Oh, he has this ability too. Oh.
I have to figure out how his attack action works, sorry. Okay.
So are these the Estums or just cultists
Cultists and then the 2 Estims.
that are the orange and purple? Okay.
Blurple.
Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, so he's going to rage. Let me mark his...
It won't.
Okay. I'll have to keep track of it.
No.
And as he rages, his arms become claws, and he will make 4 attacks against purple.
Okay.
Recklessly. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna roll all of the attacks. 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. 23 to hit,
That'll hit.
and higher to hit.
Yep.
So 3 hits, 3d6s. Eight, 9.
He's attacking recklessly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus 12 is 21. So he inflicts 21 piercing damage to purple. Sorry, add 6 to that, so 27.
Shit.
He attacks 4 times, so he's basically a monk except he's a barbarian.
Okay.
And that is Cole's turn.
Alright. Percival.
I assume from where I am standing currently that I could hear that battle has begun,
Yes.
basically. Okay. So 5, 10, 15. I would pretty much go kind of like to where Orion is currently.
Orion's on me right now, so you can
Yeah.
step into a space.
Okay. How many feet was that? 5, 10, 15, 20? Okay.
So
And then, I guess I would just shoot for purple,
Okay.
since that one's already taken damage. Nat 20.
Nice.
Damn.
Good start. Roll all that.
Get all that
damage.
sneak die in there.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 25, 31, 34. What did I just say? 34? Right there. 38 points of piercing
Alright.
damage.
He dies.
Damn! What up, homie?
And I would probably attempt to move back 10 feet the rest of my 30 and attempt to hide
Where are you gonna hide?
around the wall.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking stepping back.
Oh, shit.
She said 10 though.
Yeah, so it would just be like at that move back. Yeah, there would be good.
I mean, if you're willing to give her 15, then I'm sure she might take it, but
No, that's only a 10 to hide.
Okay. I mean, you're behind the wall.
they don't have line of sight on you.
It's just cautious.
You think that they might know that you're there.
Yeah.
Alright. Y'all done?
Done.
Alright, her turn.
Where'd she go?
It's my first nat 20.
She saw
Yeah,
the
that's
arrow
a
fly
good
from
start.
that way. She's gonna point her finger in that direction need a dex save from the two of you.
Two of who?
You,
And-
Alwyn, and Orion.
Okay.
Dex save.
Yep.
Not good.
Say it ain't so.
Ooh, 7.
Ooh, that's really not good. Don't forget Orion.
Do I have any abilities that help me with that? Am I allowed to use Uncanny Dodge for that? No.
Yes, you
I
can. As long as you haven't used your reaction, which you haven't.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna go ahead and use Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
You can
Would you
declare
roll,
it after
Justin?
the damage, though.
Okay. Okay.
Just
I
in case
failed.
the damage
Okay.
happens to be really low, you
I
don't
rolled
have to
a
waste it on
9.
that instance.
Okay.
But you're probably going to want to use it.
I think so too.
If you failed, you take 32 points of fire damage as a fireball shoots and hits right between there.
So I'll take 16.
Wasted that
Yep.
fucking counter spell. God damn it! Orion is gone.
Sorry, man. If I had hit, I would have done a crap ton of damage, but...
How much damage? 33?
32.
Are you down?
No. Surprisingly, I have a little bit left on the arcane ward. I am
Holy crap.
fucking burning now.
You just killed her husband. She said, guess he's back there. Alright, she's gonna stand there. Let's see. Cultists move up.
You have advantage against Cole.
Okay. Let's see. So the cultist against Azrael is going to take a scimitar attack against
Alright.
you.
Make an attack.
13.
That will miss.
All right. Then the
Glances
other
off his
one
armor.
is going to try to take one at Cole at advantage. 19.
That will hit.
It's going to be for 4 slashing damage.
It doesn't appear to do as much as he hoped. I can't change his hit points either. Could
Nope.
somebody keep track of... He's at 58 currently.
I can control it on here.
Okay,
So
that
he's
works
at
too.
58.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next up.
Who set off the fireball? Orange?
Yes, orange.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Aren't you glad that she casted Fireball?
I'm not even going to waste my breath on it. Can't believe it came from the same eggs. Actually, I can. We're pretty similar.
Yeah, we are.
So you see a dagger spiritually form behind Cole, and it's going to try to take an attack on him.
Looks
Okay.
cool. It's a little
It has
cracking.
advantage.
Yeah. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 3 force damage.
So he takes another 3.
And then, let's see. And as the action, need a dex save.
From Cole.
Yep.
Can you see it coming? Since he has danger sense.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Or does he? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. That's very annoying. Yeah, he has danger sense. Pretty good. 19 plus 1.
He's good.
Because he's got a few good protection.
Alan.
I'm not quite dead yet.
I'm going to move this way 5, 10, 15, 20. Stand right there. Free action. I'm going to shout for plays. We need help. I'm dying. Ow. And then I'm going to use an action to retrieve a potion of healing from my bag of holding. And that is my turn.
Okay. You don't want to drink it?
I can't. Because it requires an action.
Out of the bag,
Yeah, out of the bag of holding requires an action, so I have to wait till next turn.
You need to get a fanny pack when you're in town next.
A fanny pack?
Yeah.
You can just say that your potions of healing are not in.
No, they're in the bag.
So if they're not in a bag of holding, you can like
Just grab it and drink it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because with the bag of holding, you have to like think of what you want out of it, and then like
That
you
takes
go
an
in and grab
action.
it. So like since it's more than just like, oh, I have a potion on my belt, you have to be like, potion of healing. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that makes sense.
It's kind of funny, but whatever. Play. Give me a perception.
10.
You didn't know. I'm just kidding.
You also heard the fireball go off.
I will run and dash. 'Cause I only have 25 feet, so.
Well, you should be able to see me when you turn the corner at 25
10,
feet.
15, 20, 25.
He's dashing though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll dash.
Oh yeah, you don't have healing word, do you?
Nope.
Fuck it.
I specifically chose not to take it.
All right.
I mean, tomorrow I can pick it again,
Yeah.
but I just don't prepare it during the day.
What does Orion's dead body do?
It's dead on my body. Yeah, well, it just...
It dissipates
Yeah,
in the thin air.
I'm just joking. Let's see. All right, top of the round, Azriel.
Azriel's gonna make another attack against Orange.
I just think of Lucifer the whole time. True. Israel's blade.
Yeah,
I love that show.
Lucifer's pretty good.
20 to hit.
It's good.
20.
Yep.
Are you just hitting with an attack?
Yeah, it's part of the vampiric touch. I can make an attack action every turn. So it's a spell attack.
I'm gonna shield.
God damn it. You're ruining all my fun.
Bitch.
I guess that's my turn then.
Okay. All right. Cole.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it's gonna take a little getting used to playing two characters. He will.
You're doing great.
He'll recklessly attack the cultist next to him. 18 to hit.
That'll hit. Probably dead.
Probably.
This is just a little
7
guy.
Plus 4 is 11.
11.
Yep.
It's dead.
All right. He's going to rush at white number 1.
Yeah, kill his character for him. That's what I like.
And he's going to make 3 more attacks recklessly. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
26 to hit.
Yep.
And 21 to hit.
Yep.
So. $25 mixed, or 25 piercing damage.
All right. They're looking bad, but they're still up.
All right.
All right. That's Cole's turn. Percy.
Can I see it when I come around, just very, very so slightly? Do I see any of the 2 right there that are bloodied? If any?
Right here.
They look
Yeah.
uninjured.
Neither
As
of
if
them
Alan seems to be
do not
unable to
look
hit
bloody.
anything. You do probably see like a brief flicker as if there's a magical shield around them. around orange.
Orange. Okay. I'll go ahead and try shooting number 2 then.
Okay.
16 plus 6.
That'll hit.
Okay. I have a friend in 5 feet. 17 piercing damage.
17?
Yep.
Number 2 dies.
Nice.
Excellent. I will go back around the corner. I'll probably go through place space and go on like that corner.
Here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want to be anywhere near
No.
that.
I want to risk another fireball. Probably could have moved more, but that's
Alright. Her turn.
should have moved more.
Corey's diabolical mind.
You just killed her husband, bro. Or somebody did back there.
I mean, what's the chances they have another fireball?
I mean, we're all gonna die anyways. Her
Pretty
words,
high.
so that doesn't matter, right?
What's the chance there's another one of those
What's the
spell
point
slots?
of trying to live when obviously the old gods are gonna win anyways?
Yeah.
You don't know that.
That's literally her words.
Yeah. That's what she believes, though. Let's see.
I'm just saying she's being awfully what's the
Just get
word?
my
Hypocritical.
Well, I have a
Saves
plan
ready.
if I survive.
Oh, oopsies. The first time I did my deck save, I added that, not that. So it would have been 3 more.
You still would've
I
failed.
still would have failed, but
Yeah.
I can't.
You got like a 7.
Yeah.
Actually, give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
I think I rolled a 4, so it would have been
10.
10.
That's
That
probably still.
still would have failed.
Yeah.
Not wrong character. 14.
You just passed.
Damn.
My rolls have been shit today.
Alright.
Your rolls.
Cultists are dead.
Yeah, I haven't rolled anything above a 10.
At least you can roll a 10.
I need a wisdom save from Cole.
Okay. Low. 6.
He is held.
7. But still held. Alright.
He's held. And then the spiritual weapon will take an attack against you.
Okay.
7.
That will miss.
Alright. A dagger comes swooping at you, but you're like, the fuck?
Fine piece of shit.
Alright. Alan.
I will drink my potion of healing as an action. Okay, 5, 6, 7 points of healing. And I will stay right there.
Okay. You don't want to move at all?
No.
Okay. Alright. Play.
So they both look charred.
Yes.
Which one looks worse at this point?
I am fucking bloodied.
I think I'm only like halfway.
You're bloody technically. I
Yeah,
probably
you're-
look worse.
He looks like he's barely on his feet.
Yeah.
Or probably not anymore, but...
Okay, so you see kind of put his hands together and just like you see like a spiritual unicorn start to
Ooh.
like come out and circle us.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
See, fireballs are nice sometimes, though, because, like, you guys were like, yeah, we're fucking them up, and I'm like...
And then I will cast Cure Wounds at second.
Well, that was before there were 3 more people.
Okay.
yeah. But I needed to do that because a lot of the combat I was throwing at you guys were easily, well, before you came, they were easily moving through
Oh
stuff.
shit!
We were all fairly injured, but yeah.
And since I used my unicorn,
But the 3 that I added, literally 2 of them had 9 hit points.
I think I can still handle it. I'm just saying it definitely upped the ante.
so the 3 of us
I had to think about
have
it for a
advantage
second.
on ability checks that are made to detect creatures.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use
But
that.
in addition, if I cast a spell using a spell slot to restore hit points to any creature inside or outside the aura,
The Aurora Borealis.
each creature of my choice in the aura gains hit points equal to my druid level. So
Nice.
everyone else gets an additional 5.
Oh, cool.
Because I assume it
And
doesn't.
they're not temporary?
No,
What's the range of the aura, though?
it is 30-foot radius.
So just you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fine.
Because I can't see anything, I
Yeah.
would just cast it on
That is
myself.
reasonable.
So when you do all that, you notice that all my burns like heal, and there's now just like maybe a bruise like on my face, like it looks like I have a shiner. But overall, I look pretty damn good now. I'm no longer bleeding.
You
And
chilling
then-
over there?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
I'm hanging out with everyone else waiting for the next fireball.
Top of the round. Azriel.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit her again.
Okay.
Alright, that's
Ooh.
pretty good. 25 to hit.
That'll
Fuck her
hit.
up.
Alright. I will channel divinity on top of this.
Okay.
Anything that...
Unicorn one.
That is nice.
Because it doesn't say another or anything
She
like that.
takes 25
so I heal
necrotic
myself. Everyone else
Okay.
gets stuff.
And I heal for half of that.
How much?
25.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Fuck that bitch.
You all done?
Bitch.
I am no longer bloody, and as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon at number 1.
Okay.
And a scale held by a skeleton will whack him on the head.
Okay.
That'll hit to 25.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Somebody's dice came alive.
I know.
He's on fire! Is 11 force damage to number 1.
He dies.
Good. And Cole's no longer held. And Azriel says, "Leave this one alive."
All right.
Leave this one alive.
Cole's turn.
Cole will rush over to Orange and beat the heck out of her with his claws.
Non-lethally.
Non-lethally. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That one might not hit. 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Natural 20 to hit.
Oh my god.
That'll hit.
And 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
So technically all four
So-
hit.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they don't, but
I
you get-
don't. There are differences in it.
Yeah.
So.
It's just how many modifiers you add.
Yeah.
17 for the non-crits.
She is down.
Alright, then he stops.
Knocked out full.
All right. So what?
He
do you
looks
all
like he's
do?
about to hammer with that third blow. He's like, no.
I'm gonna take my potion of healing.
I am going to walk into the room.
When they walk back in, how injured does everybody look?
I look good.
Okay.
Surprisingly,
But do
emerged.
you look injured at all? Just a raise of hands.
I'm almost back to
I'm
health.
technically injured.
Okay.
Technically, I am, but on a scale from 1 to 32.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody's sort of injured.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we stop and take a break? I can do some healing, but I need some time.
So as you walk in here, you see this like kind of like a V shape on the wall here.
Yeah.
So you look up and you see what appears to be a large stone door.
Ooh.
And you see a bunch of runes and symbols lining around the door that are all just kind of dark symbols. Like nothing illuminated or anything like that, but just large stone door symbols surrounding.
Do I recognize any of the symbols? From reading, knowing the books that I've read through?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
While he's checking those, can I also kind of investigate for any traps
Sure.
on the door?
Fucking bullshit. 10.
10?
Yeah.
I also got a 10.
So it takes you a couple minutes, and something kind of pops into your head, and the main symbol at the center of it reminds you of the symbol that you saw prominently in the book.
Which was the
symbol
on your
of
shirt?
Yes.
Okay.
This symbol. I'm not into this at all, I guess.
Well, everybody can see it.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Is that because no one's watching? Or...
No, his computer's blocking his shirt.
Yeah.
all right. I think I recognize that symbol up there. I've seen it in the books that I've been reading on the subject in the past day or so.
So, are you all in the room now?
Yeah, all of us.
Oh,
are.
I'm gonna retrieve half my arrows, which is 1.
Okay. So the arrow you go to retrieve, you actually go to pull it out of Ernesto's body, and he goes, and he looks up at you and he says, "Choose your side wisely. The Great War is coming." and then he falls down.
I thought he was going to be like, dodge this. Fireball.
No, he could have fucked something up if y'all didn't get really lucky. Like, he probably could have done some work on call when he was there, but y'all got really lucky and just downed him quick as shit.
I'm going to actually... We're going to do something fun. So I'm going to walk back to the prisoner, and I'm going to turn into a black bear and start dragging him in and put him next to the other one.
Okay. So, currently, Evelyn is knocked out. He brought in the one cultist,
Yeah.
and you set him next to her.
So I'm a black bear for the next 2 hours.
I have something that might be of use here, and I open up my bag of holding and I pull out a bundle of 50-foot rope, and I present it to Azrael. And I go, do you want to tie them up and make sure they don't move?
Azrael will attempt to tie up Evelyn.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
Not his best check, but...
So...
Oh my god.
22.
Alright. You tie her up in a fashion where basically like the knot is so good that if she wanted to do any sort of like hand somatic components for a spell, you don't think that she'd even be able to fucking do
He'll
the
gag
ritual.
her too.
Yep. That's fine.
Because the rope is 50 foot, so you could like tie it up and
Whole
like...
body.
I feel like you start wrapping her fingers around, so they're just like stuck like this, so she can't even like...
Yeah, and then like twist her arms like this. Make it hurt.
Okay.
Because some of them are just points, so it's just like...
I'm also, as I'm looking at the rune, so I pull out the rope, hand it to Azrael, and I turn around and go back to looking at the door, this big, massive door. And I'm trying to figure out if there is a mechanism to open it if I wanted to open it.
So as you're looking at the door, you notice that right around the area of the corner here, there appears to be a little, not large, but like a stone dais just sitting there, kind of like a little podium type thing.
Yeah. I'm going to go over there and kind of look at it and inspect it.
Okay.
Looking for anything out of the ordinary.
All right. So as you approach it, you see a little idol sitting on top, and it appears to be, it kind of looks like that. A little tentacled idol sitting right at the center of this podium, attached to it, kind of just sticking up from it.
Have I seen images of their god?
There was no images in the book.
Okay, so right now it looks like a mind flayer to me.
Or not really.
Okay.
It looks like a full-on humanoid-esque body, very muscular. It has tucked back wings, and it has a face like this with tentacles sticking out from below it. And on the dais, as you're looking at the tentacle, you actually see a little journal sitting on this. This is not fitting music.
No, it's not.
This is like, we won.
And we did.
If you guys don't mind, I'm going to take some time here and I take out my spell book, which I actually keep strapped to the outside of the bag. I open it up and then I start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay. So while he is doing that, what would you all like to do? You still have a bunch of bodies around here.
Back the other cultists?
Alright, yeah, he's there.
I investigate the bodies.
Maybe we should dispose of
Which
them.
ones?
I'm currently a black.
So there were.
Do you give any response to this?
There's still
Right,
cultists
right.
that you guys fought
Alright.
back there.
So I'll remove
that nobody ever looked through
the
as
cultist
well.
body from off your back. Or
and then
wherever
there's
it
the-
was.
I guess I roleplay
3 bodies
Whoa.
of the cultists. There's the husband, there's Evelyn, and then the tied up cultist. And then back before, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's 8 other bodies of cultists that you guys had already killed throughout the cave. There's the 3 dead bodies in this one, and then there's the 9th cultist that's knocked out, that's still alive, Evelyn, and then Ernesto's body.
Right.
So, to give you an idea of what bodies are in here, since you wanted to investigate.
Well, would we pretty much like see the other bodies going back out? Like,
Yeah, you would know that they're there.
So I'd probably just start with the dead ones in this room first.
So give me an investigation check.
Why don't we collect all the bodies?
Ooh, look at that.
Since he's bear form right now,
Yeah.
just drag them all.
23.
23?
I guess, yeah, I'll start.
So you're doing the 3 cultist bodies first that are currently in here?
Mhm.
Okay. So, let's see. So you go through and you find about 9 gold pieces between the 3 cultist bodies that are in here.
Okay.
And when you're searching through them and you kind of pull back the robes, you notice like clothing that has insignias of what you've seen associated with the Estums so far. So give me an insight check.
13.
You kind of get the idea that these were probably longtime family guards of the Estum household.
Okay.
So they kind of had their whole group in on this situation with them.
While she's looting those bodies, Azrael and I'm sorry, what's your character's name? I'm
Please, squirrels.
Squirrels.
I call him
Please
Play. I'd usually call him Play because his
His
name
first
is
name's
Plays
Play.
with squirrels.
Azrael and Play will go and
Yeah.
collect all of the bodies from our rooms and sort of line them all
Okay.
in the same
And I was
place.
gonna say before, while he started, and like when I brought them in, I'm gonna use it and see what it does. So I'm gonna like try and sniff around. Not what's the other lady's name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn. I'm gonna because I have advantage on smell, so
Okay.
I'm gonna like sniff around and see if I smell anything on her.
Okay.
I guess.
On her?
Yeah. I don't know. Just see what happens. Perception 21 on smell.
What are you smelling
I guess-
for?
Herbs or anything that stands out that I.
So I'll say that you start sniffing around on her and you don't smell any herbs, but while you're doing that, a little piece of paper kind of shifts and falls out from her robe.
Okay. I would have kind of like took my nose and kind of like nudged it out and like got someone's attention and then basically just started going back and collecting bodies.
So you're hanging out with him?
Yeah,
So
Azrael.
you see this piece of paper kind of, and he nudges it towards you.
Azrael will collect up the nude and take a glance at them.
Okay. You open it up, and it appears to be It's a map of Delora, but there's something marked on the map, and it looks like the forest area back behind the Delora Keep. Kind of, it looks like there's up towards like the mountains on the north end, up above the Delora Keep, and there's a little X on one of those.
Okay. Azrael will approach Alwyn.
Has 10
Alwyn.
minutes passed?
Oh yeah, because we wait.
I'll say you're still kind of ritually.
Yeah, so
well,
you notice-
if you collected up all the bodies, I'd say at this point your detect magic goes off.
Well, I
do
said this was before we started doing this. While he was
Oh.
investigating the door,
Oh,
I
okay.
brought the bodies
So
over, started sniffing.
we'll just say
so
your detect
note
magic goes
here.
off.
Okay.
Do you look around and see where you get a ping from?
Mm,
So you get a ping from obviously the door itself, and it's
What?
mainly coming from all the runes, with the heaviest ping coming from the rune up top.
what school of magic do I get?
That I would say. What would the school be for something that appears to be a lock mechanism? A magical
Abjuration.
So I know
you
it
get,
very well.
Yes.
Wards are typically abjuration, even if the wards do something like make something explode.
Yeah. Okay.
And then are you looking around as well?
yeah.
You get a ping off of Ernesto's armor, his leather that he's wearing, and then when you look over at Evelyn, you get a ping off of her hand.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm done. What do you need?
We found this on Evelyn's body. Perhaps it is the location of that cave.
Let's take a look at it. And so I see the map with the X. All right. I'll hand it back to you and go, that's probably worth investigating.
You do notice, because I think what you were maybe hoping to get is see if you could get also a ping off of the journal that's sitting on. You do not get a ping off of the journal.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So I will say nobody touched the runes on this door here. I'm not sure if it's locked magically or if it's got some sort of magical trap on it, but I would be wary of touching that door. And then I'll point over to Lady Estem tied up, and I say, grab that ring off her finger and take that, and then I'll point at Lord Estem's dead body, and I'll be like, that armor might be worth something too. Take that armor as well.
At this point,
And then I go,
give me like stack the bodies like right there. So
Okay.
I'm like bringing them in like one at a
Alright.
time. Boom, and they go
So
down.
you kind of have a body of stacked. There's, like I said, there was
think 12.
there's still the one live one, and then there's ones that you haven't searched. There are 8
I'll go ahead and
in
start
the
searching
pile.
those.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
and then I start reading through the journal.
Okay. So
I'll wait until she's done.
okay,
That's a 15.
15.
Yeah.
Let's see. You find about 24 gold pieces of assorted, let's say, 20 gold pieces solid, and then, what did I say, 24?
Yeah.
And then about 4 in silver pieces added up. So,
So
40 silver and 20 gold pieces throughout the bodies.
Okay. I would probably have just handed it all to.
I'm busy, so just add it to your equipment, or add it
Or
to
just
your...
keep track of the total that
Yeah.
you found so far, and then you guys can figure that out later.
Right.
All right.
I'll hold on to some of it later.
So as you guys are standing there, you start feeling like a rumble. Kind of like a small, like, quaking sound. And it kind of sets you all uneasy, but it kind of like some aftershocks a little bit, and then it kind of
Does the cave
Dims down a
Does the
bit.
cave seem to be reacting in any way, like about to?
give me an insight check.
It feels similar to what we've been feeling for a while, right? Or is it a bit stronger?
Similar.
Okay.
Right, we're just underground, so 22.
22. You don't get the feeling of immediate danger from them, Since you haven't been here as long as they are, you haven't experienced it as much as they have, but they kind of realize that this has kind of been a common occurrence for a little bit now, is that the grounds have been quaking a little bit as they've been traveling and adventuring through the area.
Okay. Seeing as we're not in any immediate danger, I'm going to go ahead and start... Well, since he's reading a journal and we're sort of waiting around, I'm going to start casting Prayer of Healing.
Okay, that's fine. So you start reading through the journal, Alwyn, and let's see. And as you're reading through, let's see. It speaks of the arcane symbols around the massive door, and it speaks of some sort of key to opening this thing. And it speaks of their plan. And this actually, give me a just straight intelligence check.
17.
Knowing, especially you, because you're one to take a lot of notes, copy spells over, you can kind of tell that the last excerpt seems like it was probably written somewhat recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks of the map that she has a map that shows where basically where she thinks the key might be.
This sounds too happy.
We just won. Now we're like searching. So
It doesn't suit it.
Okay.
And then you're casting prayer healing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing?
sitting in the corner like a bear.
Okay.
For Alwyn, or I keep saying Alwyn. For Azriel's Prayer of Healing, he sort of launches into a sermon about like the greatness of Lord Kellingor for 10 minutes straight, and it heals everybody at the end.
He's so great. He's so great. He's so great.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that, and you're kind of reading the journal, you start to hear like a low laugh.
Just him?
Well, you kind of all do eventually, but like you kind of look over and you notice that Evelyn's eyes have now opened, and she's just kind of laughing behind the gag. Not maniacally, but just kind of like...
I'm going to walk over to her.
I'm also gonna walk over to her.
As a bear.
Yeah.
And can
16 for everybody.
can we retcon and say that I kept the map from you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Or got it back from you.
Thanks, man.
It was offered, so he would give it.
I guess I'm currently a bear, so it doesn't change my actual ones. So I'm gonna put it back.
So I'm full health. Let's do this. Sorry, give me a second.
I'm not that far off of full.
All right. And I'll have the journal and the map, and I'll sort of pull the gag out of her mouth and just set it down below. And I go,
I'm gonna get real close to her face.
so
She doesn't seem to care.
So this
That's
is quite a predicament you're in, that we're all in.
Yes, we are. But, just so you all know, your contributions will be rewarded.
What contributions do you speak of?
We all play our part. We're all cogs in this grand machine of what's coming. I don't think I'll have a chance to break through this door here, but it seems as if you all will probably take up where I was not able to.
I'm curious, what lies behind the door?
I don't quite know yet. But I do believe it's the next step in things.
To bring your god, this Cthulhu, to this plane? Or does he already exist on this plane? I'm curious.
I believe he's already here. I think he's below Delora, waiting, sleeping, dreaming, awaiting somebody to come along and release him back to his domain.
So, you believe that he can help combat this eclipse, this night eternal?
Damn
He did it! He
Justin.
said the title!
I don't necessarily believe that he's here to combat something other than just reclaiming what's his. I think that there are many like him out there, and they'd all like to lay claim on this world, but from what I've read, I believe that he's been here the longest, and from what I know is I think he deserves it more than they do. So if it's gonna happen, I felt as if we should help him take what is his.
So, I read somewhere in a book that said, and correct me if I'm recalling this incorrectly, that this great war between your Cthulhu and Yog-Sothoth is the one behind the darkness, right?
Yog-Sothoth is the gate, and he is the key. He is the gate and the key.
That's not at all cryptic.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You need to find some better music.
Hey,
Yeah, well,
you
how
find
did
it for me,
shit?
damn it.
So if we just continue this quest, I mean, our main goal is to, restore light to the world. Light being the star that shines brightly and during the day, and not goodness per se, because there's always going to be good and evil in the world. But we just continue on your path, is what you're saying.
You could always just ignore this, leave it be, but then you still have whatever's coming from up there to deal with. I guess what it'll be is which evil you would rather retake this land.
Or we could allow none to retake this land.
From what I'm seeing,
Two evils is no better than one, or none.
It's true.
None is the only acceptable option.
I guess it's up to you all to find out.
So this key, this map, what were you expecting to find there beside the key?
I don't believe that this key that I've found, at least, brings him back necessarily on its own. My next goal was just to see what was behind this door, see where to go from there.
Where is that? I'm actually very curious. And this, I'm not talking out loud, it's just speaking to my character. Being one of his, I think it was a flaw of his? Yeah. I'm easily distracted by the promise of information.
So,
I say to her, I'll find this key. And we can discover together what's behind the door, but I can't promise that'll help you in achieving your grand goal.
So what I can tell you is, like I said, I don't believe this key is the key needed to bring him about.
Just to open this door.
You've felt these tremors. What I think is that this ritual to bring him back to this world, I believe it's already begun. I don't think that the rumblings we've been feeling, I've been here for quite some time, and I don't think that they're here for naught. I was just interested to see what's going on behind this door because I feel like it might at least explain something a little more. At the end of the day, I believe whatever's coming is coming. I'd like to know a little bit more about what's going on before I'm taken from this world.
I turn and look back at the rest of the party, and then I sort of give you guys a glance of reluctance. You notice that I'm kind of not necessarily giving in to what she's saying or whatever.
Give me an insight check.
She's
I don't
And
think
anybody else who wants to can also give me an insight check.
this isn't going to affect a
Low,
9.
9?
9.
Nice.
24.
24?
Yeah.
You're listening in on this and, like, you don't think that she's lying.
Okay.
Like, when she's speaking of, like, this isn't the key to, like, bring him back, like, you don't think she's lying. Like, you get the feeling that she literally is, like, this is who she has taken sides with in the matter, but she's very understanding that, like, she doesn't think somebody as lowly as her would have the ability to bring this about.
Yeah.
She is literally just as obsessed as she is with this creature. She was wanting to get in this door because she just wants to know what the hell is going on. Kind of like you.
So to give a little insight into my thoughts for you, and I guess eventually everybody will kind of realize in the party as well. I have the mindset of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of like an unlikely ally.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're talking about this, Azrael. So while they've discussed, you've been with them a little time now, and you've heard them discussing things, and they know, they keep speaking of two evils fighting to gain power over something, but what you have not heard them speak of is something that you know of, and that crystal cave thing that you brought up, it seems like they only know of two evils, and your god has shared with you something that they don't know, and that there is something else that they don't know that is not evil-aligned entity in this war.
Mm-hmm.
So they're thinking that, like the enemy of my enemy, like, we have to just take the best case scenario. You have been shared with something that there is something else that is not evil that can help in this matter that they have no idea about yet. And that is what that thing is with the crystal cave.
Right. I'm not going to speak about it in mixed company, but yeah.
Yeah. So, like, all the, basically, this is you're on a higher level. Right. You're in a place where these things have been around a lot longer than anybody on this earth who could have written a fucking book about something. There's something else that just, you're getting this idea that if there's books about what's going on that have any idea, they didn't know about this other thing that could actually be very fucking helpful in this matter.
Right.
So, you're picking up on that.
So where do we go from here, Lady Estem? There's a couple options, and I don't know if my friends here will agree with me wholeheartedly, and that's fine. They're allowed to have a voice in this decision of what to do with you. We could take you back to Delora Keep and put you back in their custody, and you basically wait out what happens and never find out the knowledge you were seeking, or you help us. get to the point on your map and get the key and come back here and open this door and find out whatever knowledge lies behind this door. And I sort of look back at you guys and just sort of do a...
Asriel gives you a...
Okay. I sort of shake my head and I turn around and just look at her and just go, so...
Despite what you have done here today, what is happening around here is much higher than any sort of relationships that I've had with my late husband, with the people that were around me. And for the sake of knowledge, you can either hand me over to them, like you said. I'm not much worried about myself anymore. But if you're willing to obtain this knowledge alongside me, you will not have to fear me attacking you by any means.
I'm gonna insight check her. 15.
You get the idea that
25.
you get the idea that she's telling you the truth.
Okay.
It's so important for her to find out what's behind this door that if she has no support right now anymore. Like, you killed everybody that would help her get to her goal.
Okay.
If y'all really did want to, like, help her obtain this key to see what the hell is behind this door, you don't get the feeling that she's lying to you.
Asriel's concerned about if we were to find something behind this door that she feels would help bring about the return of Cthulhu, do I feel like she would turn on us? And I rolled a 25.
I would assume that she does, even without a roll.
Right, but I'm making...
Yeah.
Basically, you're trying to figure out that, say you
I'm trying to figure out exactly how far we can trust her.
You get the idea that her main goal right now is to get through this door. Beyond that, and you rolled what?
25. I mean, she's already stated that her end goal is to bring Cthulhu back into...
She has, but you get the idea that she doesn't think that necessarily any of you or her have the ability to bring him back, because she thinks that it's kind of like inevitable at this point. So beyond that,
Right, but I'm judging her character here. If she was presented such an opportunity, do I judge her to be somebody who would turn on us to bring that about?
If it came
you can
to,
say I don't know, but
if you get the idea that if it came to you guys were with her and you found an opportunity to stop it and you tried to,
She would stop.
she would try to stop it.
okay.
I want to suggest in like a break in the conversation, we should probably burn the bodies at some point.
It's probably not a bad idea.
So
That would be appropriate.
give me an insight check when you were going through the bodies. 13. It didn't pop in your head too much, but you didn't notice that on any of these bodies when you were going through them, they didn't have any weird growths or anything on them like you've seen so far.
Okay. I probably stayed away from this stuff.
Do you have an undead problem down here on the material?
Been quite an undead problem around here.
Then I think the appropriate response is to burn the bodies.
If you want to.
Yeah, I have no qualms against doing that. I mean, you're the priest here. You know how to bury people.
Yes, but not down here. Let's alert the guard up above, and they can retrieve the bodies to be buried.
Okay. I put the gag back in her mouth, and I'll.
Now you do know, whatever you decide to do. Give me an insight check. Guess it would be insight. Yeah.
11.
11. You do kind of recall in your head that depending on what you decide to do, there were guards outside the family crypts.
Yeah.
So you kind of get that thought of like, if we did decide to take her with us, we got to figure something out because
Yeah.
you can't just like waltz through there without any questions.
Are you still a bear? So I'll put the gag back on her.
Until I sense like a thing or something.
And then,
come out of it.
I'll call you over,
Okay.
and then can we throw her on your back?
Hmm.
And then I look at Azrael. I imagine you look pretty strong, both you and Kroll.
He actually doesn't look strong. He actually looks really thin and wiry, but you've seen that he's wearing armor and he carries these heavy
I
weapons.
look at Cole then and ask Cole to throw her on his back.
And
Actually, because I'm a medium, I assume that wouldn't work.
Well, we can drag her out.
Well, once I realize that's happening, I will.
You don't have to change.
I was going to.
We can just carry her out.
Well, I'll. Because how big is everything coming out? Because I can change it to like a riding horse or something.
We can just carry her out, I think. Cole can grab her.
he can throw her over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, I probably still can. I'm just.
And I guess he kind of speaks up and he's just like, so we're just gonna carry her back through the guards, or they're
We're gonna
ask any questions?
We're gonna take her to the Dolores.
And she just kind of shakes her head.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something to say?
She's gagged.
Oh, I was speaking to the person that we were just talking to.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's gagged.
They gagged her back again.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I misunderstood.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
I put the journal in my bag. I put the map in my bag.
Items.
You grabbed her ring off her finger, right?
I don't know who did. I can say I did.
Yeah.
Well, there was the leather on
And-
the husband,
Yeah.
and then the ring on her finger.
So we'll collect
we'll have
those.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you guys are ready, let's head up.
Let us go.
All right. So you guys start heading out of the cave.
All right.
I'll
Back
take
through the
rear.
crypts.
Yep. Back through the crypts, and then exiting out.
All right. So as you exit, you see the guards, and they're like, "Oh, did you fare well? Is that?
There are bodies to be taken care of in the crypts.
I see.
There was a small cultist presence.
Did you need the guards to take care of this? Or...
If you could retrieve the bodies, that would be preferable.
All right, we might be able to get a group together and set up a pyre outside the city as we've been doing.
We're gonna go speak with Lord and Lady Delora, if that'll be all right.
Do you need any assistance escorting you and Lady Eston?
If it would make you comfortable, then please.
All right, and 2 guards will accompany you up to the Delora estate.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll walk in there
All right.
and then present.
So
the
knock,
prisoner.
and you see Farnsworth open the door.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
We brought a one Lady Eston
I see.
back into your custody.
All right, follow me.
I'll be
And,
on 2 legs, kind of just walking.
Oh, would you mind? It's a bit clean in here. I'd rather not have something tarnish the rugs and such.
Is that your shape-shifting back, or is that's just your bear form?
The bear just like
drooping?
sitting down.
You're like, oh.
And then I'll like slowly morph back, and then I'll stand back up.
Where's Garrett at?
I left them.
Oh, okay.
back.
Ezra
I didn't take him down
will
in the
pick up
crypts.
Lady Estlin.
Okay. And you guys accompany him, and he says, please wait. I will go and grab the Lord and Lady. They will meet you in the dining hall here, as you normally do. And he goes and brings them, escorts you in, and you walk in and you see Lord and Lady Delora sitting there, staring heavily at Lady Estum.
Asriel has her draped over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
So, Lord Estum is dead.
I see.
And most of the guards in their entire house. It looks like they were... There's a rather massive door that exists behind a secret door in your crypt.
That's troublesome. Is it something that we should be sealing up?
Not yet.
I would at least guard it.
Yeah.
The cultists believe it to be associated with what is going on.
With their god.
It would be prudent not to let just anybody approach.
I see. Alright, I'll send my guards down there, and we can keep an eye on it to make sure nobody else with crazy ideas gets down there and does anything else until we hear more word from you all.
Lady Estum spoke of a key located in a cave somewhere outside of the keep. We're gonna go, well, at least I would like to try to retrieve this key. It could unlock that door down there.
Do you have any idea what the area that the key is currently in?
I'll pull out the map and show it to him.
And you see Valletta come up and she goes, well, that seems troublesome.
As the envoy of Lord Killenbor, I would advise against opening this door. A door goes two ways, not one. If it was sealed for a reason.
I agree, but we can discuss this later. Actually,
Just making my position on the matter clear.
yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I think any knowledge that we can get about our enemies could
Is
be
it
beneficial.
is it worth unleashing something else onto the world? What is knowledge worth to you?
Everything.
So Lady Dolores speaks up and says, have you been to the local bookstore around here?
I've been there a couple times. The proprietor in there, Mr.
The hidden one, Mr. Willem Corgram.
Yeah, he's a rather nice fella.
I would speak with him. There are some local legends of this area where this X is. Most people tend to stay away from this area. He might be able to give you some more insight as to some of the ghost stories associated with it. I mean, some people believe these things a little more than others, but it has been something said about creatures. So he might be able to give you a little more information about it, depending on how heavily he believes in it. We try to keep the population. I mean, of course, right now, things a bit more scary than local legends are around, but if you're headed that way, the more information, the better, I'd say.
What was that guy's name again at the bookstore?
Willem Corgram.
That's right.
It's the one that reminded you of your dad.
Yeah. I know I wrote it in here somewhere, but...
And you still have the spell book.
Yep. What was the store called again?
The hidden one.
Okay.
Would you like us to take her and try to do a better job at holding her up in the proper place so she can't leave?
That'd be great. And if you don't mind, if we need further audience with her. Do we have the liberty to speak with her when we need to?
Of course.
Because there may be more information that she has.
I see.
Do be careful with her. She's a spellcaster and therefore extremely dangerous.
I see.
And he will set her down and release her into the custody of the guards.
Okay.
She's also afraid of bears.
All right. So they take her. The guards take her away. And they say, well, good luck in your endeavors. Please keep us informed as needed.
We will.
That other book, they still have possession of it right now?
No, you all have it. They gave it to you.
They gave it back to us?
You never gave it back to them. They said you could take whatever you needed from the library.
Okay. Alright.
The one
remember
about
that
the
book?
gods.
Yeah, the book. No, the other book that we found. There was a book that we found a while ago. That,
the journal of the guy, and they gave that back to you as well.
Okay, all right.
And if they didn't, they do right now.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if they got everything.
Because Marara Hollowguard wanted to take a look at it, but I think when she was done, she gave it back to you.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go speak to Willem. I think we know where we need to go next. Thank you, Lord and Lady. And then I'll give them a little bow.
They bow back. They say, good luck.
Anything you guys need to do, want to do?
I do not.
I want you to identify those magic items.
We do have a few things we can probably get rid of, too.
Mm-hmm.
So you all do know that you have this thing going on. And there were a couple other things that you were given as well.
Mm-hmm.
That were just kind of like side questy type things. So just give me a friendly reminder of what you plan to do next.
Is,
You need to go get birds or something.
Feathers.
Oh yeah, the feathers.
And there was something else too.
is Fenton still missing?
The last you checked,
As far
he
as we
was.
know. Or as far as you know, I don't think.
Well, we have the bookstore to visit. I need to check in and see if Fenton made it back. By this time, I think we've already started walking out. We also can get to identifying those items that we got. We can keep them or sell them. There's actually, I have a few things in my bag here that might be worth getting rid of. Yaz's mariner's leather that he had.
He has studded magic leather too, I think.
No, somebody else is wearing that now.
Oh, you got it from them?
Yeah, he's wearing it.
Did we ever get money for our crocodile skins?
You took the mithril half plate that he's wearing.
Yeah.
I have what?
You could take money, or he had a reward and he gave mithril half plate, which
ended up in my possession.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Azrael's wearing it.
I was like, I don't think I can wear that.
But
Was
you
there-
were also given the quests for the blacksmith gave you a quest to check some old dwarven mines for some flux that he needed. You were also given a quest for feathers that were in the mountains to the northwest. And the dwarven mines were on the southwest of the keep.
What did we have to retrieve from the mines?
Flux, dwarven flux that the blacksmith uses to create armor and weaponry. Because he's running low. And then the Fletchers wanted eagle feathers to make arrows.
Okay.
Well, I want to check on Fenton and see if he's back. I really want to get a hold of those inks that I needed. So I'm gonna head that direction. If you guys want to join me, you're free to. If not, we can just meet back up at the inn.
Okay. Regroup. Go get a nap.
Very well. I will join you.
All right.
Alright.
Azrael,
So, what is the bear doing? Are you
Not
still
a bear.
there?
No,
No,
very
I
okay.
changed back before I walked in.
Oh, okay. So So what do you want to do?
I'll go check out Garrett.
Okay.
Back at the inn.
So you go check on Garrett. He's just kind of like just hanging out in the room.
Do you guys want to follow up at the bookstore while we go to Fenton's?
What do we need from her?
Ask about the legends in this area, and I hand you the map.
Okay.
All right. So you head to Ogma's Insight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Walk in.
Hello? I'll be right with you.
Is this the bookstore we visited earlier?
No,
This is the magic item
Okay.
shop.
Magic item shop.
Yep, the enchanted shop.
Oh, they're going to the bookstore.
So you overhear the voice of the sister,
Okay.
which is, let's see, her name was Valis,
Yeah.
his sister. And she comes popping out. She says,
Oh, hello.
Valis, hi. Has Fenton returned yet?
No, I'm starting to get a bit worried.
Yeah,
Feels
that's
as if he would have returned by now.
that is a tad bit worrying. Shoot. Is there any way that we could help find him?
The only thing I know is that he went towards, the area around the Citadel. I saw him teleport there. I recognize these incantations, and that's usually where he goes, but I feel as if he would have been back by now, so if there's any way you can get over there at some point to check out what might have happened to him, I'd thoroughly appreciate it.
And which direction did he go?
she tells you that he went over to, let me see. You know where this area is, but I need to pull it up to tell you. I think I gave you the info, but let me sign into my thing so I can tell you exactly what it's called.
Because I have that he went to the Citadel.
Yeah, he would have gone to that area, but there's the Citadel, and there's also like a town surrounding the Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
So the area, because this whole place is called Innsmouth.
Yeah.
The whole land here, and then the side with the Citadel. As soon as my shit loads, I'll tell you. Load, you fucker. Tell you when it comes up.
Okay. In the meantime, were you the one that provided my party the Mariner's leather?
Yes, we installed these enchantments.
Would you be interested in purchasing them back, or
If you no longer need it, I guess we could accept that. Maybe trade it towards something else you could use. It's up to you.
You know that the place where you're from is called Kingsport.
Okay, Kingsport. So
You have the Citadel, and there's also, you would know this, and everybody but you technically would know that. You might know this. You for sure know this, that Kingsport is kind of the biggest city area in these lands. So like the most bustling of an area, and you also know, you might have heard a little bit about it, but the Chromatic Citadel where he's from is kind of the main reason, kind of like how government, like heavy government areas kind of lead to higher economies in some places. It's the same thing here. Since the Citadel is over there, it's a very bustling, huge city.
is that where I'm
area.
from altogether?
Yes.
Like my father's bookstore
Yep.
is there in the
So
city?
it's not in the Citadel, but it's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
outside
city areas that are
Kingsport
kind of,
proper.
because you have the Citadel, which is kind of like based in the woods,
Yeah.
kind of to the, if you're looking at the full area of the land, like it's to the east. And then like right out in front of the Citadel, there's huge cityscape areas.
Yeah, so kind of the Citadel just towers over
Yes.
over Kingsport. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll pull out the
I
Mariner's
can tell you
leather.
what we have right now if you're interested in trade.
Sure.
Let's see. Let me find it.
And then I also have this armor of gleaming. I know that's probably not worth as much, but
So
we have no use for this stuff.
So we still have the gauntlets of ogre power. We have this immovable rod. We have some. Let's see, those are pretty much the two that we have right now. I think that if you're interested, I could. Let's see. I could knock 175 gold towards trade off of either one of those items if you're interested, or just give it to you outright.
Would you take both of these for one of those items? This armor gleaming and the mariner's leather?
I could give you a discount since you're helping me here. If you wanted the rod, I'd say I could trade them both for the rod. The gauntlets are worth a little bit more though, so those you'd still have to pay a little bit of money for, but I could probably give you the rod straight trade, or the gauntlets an extra 250 gold pieces.
Tell you what, could you keep a credit? Do you guys have an account system here, some sort of bookkeeping?
I could put it in the ledger, that's no problem.
Okay. I'll hand her the leather and the the half plate, and just say, just keep it as a credit if you don't mind.
No problem.
And
Are you sure you don't just want the gold?
I mean, we could take the gold. That's
I could
fine.
give you 175 gold pieces.
For both?
For both.
Okay. That's fine with me.
It's about 125 for the armor, and 50 gold pieces for the armor of gleaming.
Alright. And that was how much?
175 total.
175 gold. Got it. Alright. Oh shit. I accidentally hit remove.
So just add
So add
350.
Alright, and then I'll put that in. What's 175 plus 45?
220.
Yeah, 220.
Alright,
And
so
then you still have all. How much gold did you find on the bodies?
It was 29 gold pieces and 40 silver pieces.
Alright,
So you guys can.
I haven't gotten that from her yet, but I'll.
Yeah, because you
I
guys
would
are
eventually give it to
you're
you.
split, so you'll figure
Yeah.
it out when you meet back
Yeah.
up.
Do you think we still have use for this lantern of revealing?
It can't hurt to keep.
Yeah, okay. How about this cloak of the manta ray?
I mean, they're your items, but
They're not mine. These belong to the party.
I think we should hang on to the cloak. You never know when we might run into a large body of
You're
water.
right. And then I shove it back in there, and you see like I kind of fall into my bag a little bit. And gosh. All right then. Well, I'd like to help you find Fenton. I'm a little concerned about him too, and
I appreciate that. I'm quite worried. So please, if you hear anything, just let me know.
so basically we have to head towards Kingsport to go look for him.
You would have to, yes.
Okay. All right then. Well, thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
And I'll hopefully find Fenton for you.
Thank you.
And, okay, you ready?
All right.
This is your trip. Let's go.
Okay. Then
So you guys head to the bookstore.
Mhm.
All right. Ding.
You're leading this rodeo.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Why are you talking like that?
What was that?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. Hello. Yes. How may I help you?
You're speaking
Did
the
this
tongue of his
map
people.
ring a bell to you?
Why are you both speaking weird?
Are you making fun of me?
No.
No, this is how I talk.
Now you both.
That area.
Anything you can tell us about it?
Are you planning on going there?
Mm-hmm.
I'd highly suggest not doing that.
Why?
Well, hold on 1 second, 1 moment.
And he runs back to the books and he starts kind of going through stuff, and he pulls out a little book and he comes up and he starts kind of flipping through the pages and he goes, well, depending on how much you believe, I guess it's a little easier these days with all that's going on to believe that something like this could exist, but there are rumors of this area. Most people tend to stay away from it. Have you ever heard of something called a Wendigo?
How do you spell
Alright.
that?
Wendigo.
Perfect.
Well, there's rumors that there was people living in those areas that at a time long ago, before it was a little easier to live around these areas, there was a time where there wasn't a lot of food for them, and legends speak that they started to eat each other. Somehow, this brought on a transformation of sorts and turned these people into creatures that required the flesh of the living to continue.
Isn't that how most of the animals in the forest live?
Animals, yes. These were people, though. So, people tend to stay away from this area, but legends are to just be wary. That's all I can tell you. Some people have stated that there's things out there that try to separate you. They try
Separate
to
us how?
something along the lines of have you ever heard of Kenku? You know what Kenku are?
The little birds.
Yeah.
Or big birds, I guess.
You know how they have that thing where they can mimic how you talk?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's said that these creatures can do that. And they try to confuse you and separate you from your party so that they can strike and take you out in that fashion. So, if you're really feeling the need to go out there, I would just say, be wary of everything. Don't just trust the sounds you're hearing. That's it!
Thank you very much.
Book closed. Thank you.
Have a good one.
And with that comforting thought,
There's nothing else you needed?
I don't think so.
No books? Nothing? Alright then, well,
Got any good jokes?
no.
Oh.
No, it don't.
Then that's it. Thanks.
Might be time to Google books or jokes about books for next time.
What do you call a good customer?
one that
What?
purchases something.
One that purchases stuff.
I'll toss you a silver for the trouble.
Oh, thank you.
Still didn't
Well,
buy
have a
anything.
good one.
That's okay.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks.
Thanks for all the terrible jokes, Mark. He said,
Oh,
have you
yeah?
ever seen an Innsmouth? And nah, because they gone a long time ago.
Oh my god.
Terrible joke. All right, we'll be back.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back.
We're back. Mark says, why did the student at the Miskatonic University eat his classmate?
I don't give a fuck.
Why?
He read the Necronomicon.
Oh my god.
Can I ban him? Can we ban Mark? Let me see.
It's punny.
Yep, ban user. I'm not going to do it, though.
Oh, you're weak.
All right.
Ban a mod.
So, yeah. So you guys finished up at the bookstore. You finished up at Ugma's Insight,
Yeah.
and you're headed back to the inn.
Yep. What time do I know about what time of day it is? Well, technically, it's how many hours until the next sunrise or sunset, but we know the sun rises. And
So what time did you get up for the day?
I don't remember.
I need to track this stuff better, but let's just say it's about 4 p.m. right now.
Okay.
With everything you've done, you've been kind of doing a lot of shit, so
Yeah.
we'll say it's about 4 p.m. But
Okay.
you usually get up pretty early, so.
All right, cool. So we'll meet back up at the inn, and you guys are already there?
Yeah,
Okay.
tending to get it.
All right.
So Fenton is still missing.
Oh, that's not good.
No. I'm actually rather inclined to go look for him. He headed to Kingsport and hasn't returned. So,
That's fine. Do we do that tomorrow?
I mean, we can try. I know there's a few other things we need to take care of, but I'm rather concerned about Fenton. He's rather close to my mentor, and him going missing is kind of...
Is that the guy we saved?
We saved him once before.
We had to get him like resurrected or whatever. Or no. He
was
at
under the
swinger's
influence.
house.
Yeah, he was under the influence of the...
Swingers.
Yeah. I know that we have a few other things we need to do.
We found out about the map.
What'd you find out?
Apparently that area has, according to legend, Wendigos and Kenkus.
No.
What?
Hey, that's what she thought.
No? Is that not what he said?
The
He was
Wendigos speak
not-
as if they have the abilities that Kenkus do, where they can imitate people.
Mimic.
Their voices, like, perfectly. Like, how Kenkus speak is they can't speak unless they hear you say something, and then they can reply, and it literally sounds just like what you said. So he was just saying that the Wendigos supposedly have an ability like Kenkus.
Oh, I thought you said that they were
mimic.
both. Sorry.
No.
Retcon to what he said.
I just brought him up because that was the best way to
Yeah.
compare it in the
Okay.
D&D world.
Right.
Apparently, when you walk through the forest, there's sounds that sound like us.
I believe we have more urgent matters, given the apocalyptic circumstances. But I will not begrudge you if we need to go help your friend.
Yeah, Fenton's been rather instrumental in helping us along our quest with all the apocalyptic stuff. And he's been an anchor for me to communicate back and forth between the Citadel, as I don't have the means to do so. So, I mean, I would like to go find Fenton, but I understand the need not to, as there are more pressing matters. But be that as it may, that's just where I stand. I'm okay with whatever we need to do.
Is there things we can do on the way?
I don't know. What do I know about travel between here and Kingsport?
Travel between here and Kingsport, if you
Do any
could
of our
take a
side quests.
boat, it would take days and days and days to get there.
I thought there was a teleportation circle.
Fenton used a teleportation thing.
He
to get there.
teleported himself to get there, and Valis let you know that she does not have that ability like he did.
Oh.
So he kind of
Gotcha.
rolled
Classic.
out and
It hasn't returned.
has not returned.
Do we have the ability to communicate with him?
I don't. I mean, if we find a spell scroll to do it,
I could probably attempt to get a message to him tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
I'll have to commune with my god first, but
Okay. I mean, any way that we can get a hold of him,
I believe I
just
have
make
that
sure
spell.
that he's okay, would be great.
What's the spell called again?
Sending?
Sending. Maybe
So-
I don't have it.
I can write something in the sky for him.
Send a flare.
No, it's
Then where are you?
it's called skywrite.
Yeah.
You cause up to 10 words to form into the sky. The words appear, they appear to you
There,
out of
sentence.
clouds.
Yeah, I could do it tomorrow.
Come home, lassie. All right.
Let's try and communicate with him before we set off, as that would put us quite a few days behind.
I agree. That's fine. Percy, did you find anything else down aside from the 2 items?
Yes, here is some money for the communal pouch.
What you got?
29 gold pieces
Mm-hmm.
and 4
Shillings.
4 shillings.
Shillings.
40 silver.
pieces.
All right.
That's all. If we're not going out until tomorrow, do you want to identify these magic items?
I mean, I planned on doing that anyway, so I will take the ring and hold on to it, and I will take the pearl necklace that I have and open up my spell book and ritually cast identify.
All right. So, what are you guys doing while he's doing that?
Probably
Chilling.
Yeah, I guess
We're at the inn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Azriel's just gonna sit down and take a moment of introspection, so he's going to quiet down and just enter a state of prayer, I guess. So meditation, except
So what's it
religious.
Excuse you.
All right.
Are you welcome?
Disgusting.
All right. So, which one did you do
It's
first?
the ring.
It is a ring of protection.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I will ritually cast identify on the armor.
The armor is +1 studded leather.
Wow. Alright. So the ring here.
Can I meld those together to get +2 stuff?
What is your AC?
18.
I think I could use the.
Well, he's already wearing studded leather +1. You
Yeah, I'm
think
just gonna wear
Oh,
it
fuck,
again
sorry.
to make it
Fuck off.
+2.
Well, the armor here.
It's just studded leather.
is-
That's how enchantments work in Minecraft. You do +1,
Yeah.
+1, and you get +2. So I feel like it's the same.
So this armor here is
I get the reference.
+1 studded leather. I think you can probably benefit from that. So it is yours.
Do you want mine, and I'll take that one?
I don't think yours will fit me.
It's magical. It resizes.
And this ring of protection is rather nice. And honestly, I
Who
think
took the cloak of protection from Lilith?
Cole did. Or Cole has one. I don't know if it's the same one.
it might be the same one.
I think it is. I think he took that.
Okay. So I think Cole can probably benefit from this too, because he's not wearing any armor, correct?
Nope.
Yeah. So I will hand it to Cole.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take the ring.
I can add it to him if you guys
Okay.
want.
As a
Yeah,
character.
I don't think I actually can, so.
As a player, I'm like,
Check and make sure that he has enough attunement slots, though.
Yeah.
How do you put in +1 armor?
do studded leather. And then you'll have to scroll, and it's
It'll
highlighted
be
blue.
green. Oh, blue?
Yeah.
It's blue.
He has 1 slot left.
He can attune to it.
Or you could probably just type in studded leather, comma, space. There you go.
Oh, there. Okay.
and then when you just wear it, it'll apply.
automatically bump your AC up.
Yeah, and then go to your equipment and go.
You can probably get. What are you wearing right now?
I think the Mariner's one.
I know that Ogma's Insights, they bought Yaz's old armor. You can probably sell your old armor there.
Okay, I would probably, if we're not doing anything else tonight, I would probably go and do that.
Man, we have a lot of
Before
aquatic
bed.
equipment.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave my Mariner's armor in my room.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we might have to go back swimming, right?
I don't know.
Essentially.
Have
I'll
you guys
hold on
had a
to
lot
it
of aquatic
potentially.
adventures?
Well, my character doesn't really care about like monetary value stuff, so he's just gonna keep it.
Yeah, I think for now I'll just hold on
If
to
I was
mine
playing
in
a
the
different
room.
character, I'd probably
Give me an
sell it.
insight check.
Yeah, I have a 16
Oh, but
AC.
we're gonna have to go to an underwater city, possibly.
Natural one.
Nothing pops in your head.
I'll just
So-
hold on to it for now.
Probably beneficial just to store it in your room.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
gonna do.
think would be probably good.
Can I take it off of my? Because I'm over my carrying capacity because of my.
Yeah, just I think as long as you track it, you know where it's at because you're not physically carrying it.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Just if you leave it behind, maybe somebody will steal it. You never know.
Alright. So you guys are currently at the inn. If you want food, just take off your, I think it was 5 copper pieces that we decided was for food.
Yeah, I'm
for,
gonna
like,
order.
drink and food.
I'll give him a silver piece and get my change.
Alright.
What is this? What am I doing?
So is there anything else you guys want to do? You want to just take it easy for the night and take a rest, or
I could use a rest.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
so you want to just chill for the night, take a long rest, and then hit it again in the morning?
Yeah.
So what time is it now?
Right now, it's, I would say, after hanging out, eating food, it's about, I would say, like 5 p.m.
I think the one thing Azrael would do is he'd go check with those soldiers about the bodies and make sure
okay.
that they were tended to, but we don't have to go into it.
Yeah, so you go, you can tell that,
I pull out the longsword if you're leaving. Would you mind selling this? You can keep the gold if you like. It's
sure.
your old longsword.
How much is it worth?
It's usually worth, I think, about.
Things don't really. We don't really have a use for money up.
I don't really know how much swords are worth.
aren't longswords like 10 gold?
They're 15.
15,
There
so...
were 15, but the background that he comes from, he'd have no
Yeah.
idea.
So would you take it to try to sell it
12
somewhere?
and a half
Sure.
gold.
So, yeah.
Or not 12 and a half.
7.5 gold.
Okay. He sells it for whatever they give him to.
7
He
gold,
doesn't
5
really-
silver.
He doesn't really get haggling yet.
Yeah.
Did you split up the money for us all? Or are you keeping that in the thing?
It's in the. I mean, I can split up what's in the group coffers. So. We can do that while you're out doing your thing.
Yep.
All right.
So
So,
it's 5. I'm gonna go upstairs and start my 8 hours of companionship with.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
companionship.
right.
okay.
So.
So let me see
8
what it
hours
said
of
again.
companionship.
So I'd
Is
be
that
up
what they're
till-
calling it?
I'd be up till 1 a.m.
Are you like a bear with him? giving
No,
him
it's
company,
my
or-
companion's call. I can use him in combat, but I have to spend 8 hours. I've been waiting for like a time to do it, but it isn't much. So as long as we don't leave, so after this, I'll sleep till like 9 in the morning.
Okay, so give me a animal handling check with advantage. Because you already have like a bond with him.
Okay.
If you didn't, it would be regular, but since you have some sort of bond with him, it's with advantage.
17.
You're able to gain companionship with him, and you can now use him in battle.
Woo! And then I will.
It's kind of like taming in WoW.
Right.
I will sleep 8 hours.
All right.
Till 9 a.m.
And then I already added him to your notes.
Yeah, so.
So that'll tell you like what you can do.
Al by your kid. Who's that?
The guy who plays Cornelius Fudge. He died.
So let me see. I think what I said it was Let's see. So I might have to like redo it a little bit, but I think I'm gonna make it kind of like yeah, you use your action to tell it to do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. All right.
Okay. Nobody leave without me.
So you guys just take your long rest.
Yep.
I'm
I don't have
dividing
any
up
reason
our
to-
money right now, the money situation for everybody. So, give me a second to do that.
I'm gonna go through my spells and make my daily changes.
I'll lick my fur.
Alright, so before we retire for the evening, I divvy out to everybody, and you can add this for Cole's character too.
Okay.
So we're adding money to his stuff. Everybody is going to get 7 platinum.
Hold on one sec.
Okay.
How much did I say you got, Will, starting out?
I believe it was 500. Because what do I have currently? 433.
So you said 7.
Yeah, and I spent
7 platinum.
7 platinum, 49 gold.
7 platinum, 49 gold,
11 silver,
11 silver.
and 1 copper.
And this is everybody gets that?
Yeah, everybody gets that.
Okay.
How many electro?
0.
Who the fuck ever uses Electrum?
It's worth 5 silver.
Weird people.
That's like a $2
Just
bill.
use 5 silver.
Like-
yeah.
I have
The random
I
$2
have-
bills.
$2 bills are cool. If you took as like a collector item, having
Yeah.
one.
I have a ton
I have
in
one.
my safe at home. I have like a stack. I don't know where it came from, but it's just in my safe at
I
home.
used to have one, but I don't know what happened to it.
If you guys don't mind, I still need to borrow money from the coffers.
Oh yeah.
There are 4 platinum pieces in there. If you guys don't mind if I take that, and I can just pay you guys back.
Of course.
I'm
Where?
not that-
How? What are you attempting to buy?
I need to afford the fine inks so I can copy these spells into my spell book.
I'd be happy to lend you whatever you needed.
Okay.
I have a significant amount of funds.
Excellent. Because I think I returned everything I borrowed. I'm pretty sure from the group coffers.
Alright, so it's 9 a.m.
Oh, long rest.
What do you
Well,
guys
I
wanna
have
do?
to sleep till 9 a.m. Whatever they wake up, it's fine.
I guess when Azrael wakes up, if nobody else is up, he just starts preaching to random strangers.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You notice that a lot of the people walking around town look very, like, depressed.
Mhm.
Like, shit is not happy right now in this area.
Right.
So, they're just like, oh, all right. What does your god represent?
My god is the Lord of Death.
Well, that's even more depressing than what was going through my head right now.
No. Just know that if something happens, you will be taken care of.
Oh, well, that sounds great. I don't really want to die, though.
Of course, just keep it in mind.
I will.
Praise be to Kellenmore.
Thank you.
Goodbye, have a good day, sir.
You as well. And they scurry off hurriedly.
And the spirit repeats a few times.
All right.
I'm changing some prepared spells.
Oh yeah. Would we have talked about what we were planning on doing the next day?
No, we did not.
Shit.
I mean, you all had time.
I thought we did. I thought
You
we were
could-
Oh
gonna
yeah,
keep
I mean we
score.
could have.
Like, you were all
We
sitting
didn't,
down
but-
for dinner, I guess, so. If
Because
you
I
guys
was
had
gonna-
wanted to retcon
Because if
and
we're
say
going
you
for the
did.
birds, I have a spell that I want to prepare. To
Yeah,
help with
I'm not
birds.
so much concerned about
The side
the
quests.
the minor side quests. The
So give me an insight check.
who?
Anybody who wants to.
Sure, I will never pass with an insight check.
Yeah,
Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
17.
Hold on.
14.
23.
So the two of you kind of, in your conversation, realize that if you wanted to partake in side quests, the area on the map where the X is, it wouldn't be extraordinarily hard for you to also try to do the one with the eagles, because it's at least, unlike the Southwest,
Yeah.
where it's like down here to the keep, this one's northwest. So you need to go north for the X, and then
I'm preparing it.
northwest is just kind of, it's also in the mountains, just in a different area from where the X is.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea, that kind of pops into the two of your heads.
Okay. I guess that can definitely wait. We'll make Fenton a priority for now, I guess, if
Ooh.
that's...
No, we just realized that it's like days.
Sending
of a
will
boat
work.
ride
I don't know the creature.
Oh.
And you also, in your
It
conversation,
has to be a
realize
creature you're
that
familiar
Sorry.
with.
the
Yeah.
waters are not really...
So how
Shit.
how sending requires you to be familiar with the person,
Yeah.
the target. If I was able to accurately describe Fenton and like tell him what type of person he is, who he is, what he looks like, would he be able to still try it?
Give me a straight intelligence roll, or give me a history check. And then give me an insight check.
17.
15.
23.
23?
Yeah.
And you got a 15. You get a pretty good idea from his description of who he is, the type of person he is, enough to where you think that if you were to cast Sending, like, you might have an okay chance at actually arriving to him.
Okay. Are we ready to send that message, Evelyn?
Yeah, let's do it.
Uh, so, Azrael will say, please recite the message you would like me to send, and he'll cast the spell.
Where the fuck
I am speaking on behalf of Alwyn Adrazal.
So, Azrael will start repeating
Okay.
those words into the spell.
As long as it's not excessive, I won't.
Just want to check up on you and make sure everything is okay. Are you in any danger?
A couple seconds goes by, and you hear a voice come into your head that just says,
Help.
No danger. Everything's okay. Just got held up a bit. Will return when I can.
Does he make that face? Can I make an insight check?
sure.
Just checking to see if he's like in some kind of distress or something. Like he's being force fed a response or something. I don't know. 19.
19.
Like I don't detect anything hidden in his voice or anything.
Not really, no.
Okay.
Nothing to cause concern to you.
Okay. He seems well enough. He said he got held up and that he will be returning in some time.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
But of course you should be thanking Kellenvor, of course.
I couldn't do this without you.
Praise be Kellenvor.
Okay.
Alright. So what do you guys want to do? You do have a horse and wagon. Just a reminder. In case
Do
you
we?
need it. Yeah.
From the crocodiles.
Oh yeah, we got to keep that. Interesting.
Should we
Oh, it's
proceed?
from the inn. He's letting us borrow it, right?
It was
The
our
King Delora had basically paid for it for you all
Okay.
to use as needed.
It was our consolation prize for losing gas.
Should we proceed with other matters?
So I guess kind of going, what is it, northwest, where the...
So the caves on the map are to the north. The northwest are where the eagles are in the mountains. So
Okay.
all of these kind of lead you towards the mountains.
Well, let's do the cave first, and then we'll take care of the eagles.
So did you see the map I sent you?
Yeah.
So you see how there's like mountains in the top left corner?
Mm-hmm.
The one that looks like a bigger mountain, that's where the X is at. And then you know that just like the mountains to the left of it would be where you heard that the eagles would be.
Okay. All right.
What part of the map are we looking at? Bottom right?
Top left.
Top left. That little baby mountain?
Well, you see how there's a bunch of mountains in that corner, and then there's one that's just kind of big.
Those are mountains?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. They look like hills. Little hobbit hills.
They probably have eyes.
All right.
So when we hit the road, I am going to cast.
Oh,
How long? Do I know how long the travel's going to be?
Give me. Whoa.
Sorry.
You all right?
Oh, good.
Give me an insight check.
20. Oh, sorry.
And
19.
if you're
19.
kind of, are you talking to him about it at all, or are you just for yourself?
Yeah, just trying to get a.
I would say you would kind of know that in the area. I would actually say that when you went to the bookstore, you kind of like recalled some of the lore about the Wendigos yourself, because
Okay.
you live in the forest, and you actually would make a point to stay away from that area too,
Okay.
because you've never seen anything, but like it just didn't feel right to you. That area just did not feel right. So knowing where it was, I would say that could help your travel time a little bit, because he can lead you. You would know that it's going to take you a few hours to get to that area.
Once we get close, would you mind just letting me know when we're close?
That's fine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So when we get close, I cast Mage Armor on myself. That way I can get the most out of it while we're here.
Give me 1 sec. So while traveling through the forest, so an hour goes by. Are you traveling fast? Are you traveling just normal pace?
I guess.
Yeah, normal pace.
You're just right in the forest. How is this set up? Who's driving? Is anybody keeping an eye out? What is your light sources?
I'd be sitting shotgun.
I would help navigate, so I'd probably be up front.
Actually, then you sit shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the globe just kind of lighting the way? Okay.
Azrael's on alert too.
Okay. So as you're walking, or as you're riding,
I'm just sort of going through my spell book and just kind of looking over some spells.
what are your passives? Or if you're actively looking, give me active perception checks.
Okay.
20.
12 is my passive perception.
18.
So as you guys are riding,
Less.
a couple things kind of pique your interest. Like you look to the left and you kind of hear some like clicking noises.
If I hear that, I'll cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. You get 2 pings off to the left in the forest of the path that you're riding down.
What do they register as?
Evil.
Can I do a nature check? See.
Sure.
I'll get
Animal
everybody's
type, I
attention.
guess.
There is evil.
I will then cast Mage Armor on myself.
14.
And my Arcane Ward goes up.
14 does not sound like any normal creature of the woods.
Okay.
I'll get my short bow ready with a shot.
There's noises over there.
Are you continuing riding? Are you stopping?
I don't think we would stop.
I would have well, I'm not driving.
Who's driving? Cole?
Sure.
Okay.
I would have kind of
I'll
instructed.
drive.
I would kind of instructed to go like a slow pace, so we can kind of hear better and look. But then, I guess we'll just keep moving.
Just be
And they're
alert.
Yeah, and I'll remind everybody to stay together no matter
Let's
what.
not seek out trouble, but if it comes to us, we are prepared.
So as you guys are riding along, and you kind of look back where you heard the clicking noises and you felt the pings, you see two of the monstrous creatures kind of like step out of the woods and like slowly walk, but like your wagon is still moving,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks as if they're kind of like slowly following you.
I'm gonna just start.
See, the thing is, I think to just have a combat, just be like, all right, we'll roll initiative.
Right.
Like, it's kind of silly. You see these things, you're moving at a pace.
I'm just gonna start
It's up to you
flinging
to
rays of
decide
frost
what
at
you
'em.
guys want to do.
What kind of creatures do they appear to be?
I'll show you.
Wendigo-ish?
No.
We're not there.
I assume you're talking about like the things that have started appearing,
Yeah.
given the circumstances.
So, you see two creatures appearing like that start to walk out of the woods
I
and
see.
slowly just kind of like,
Okay.
but the wagon's moving,
in
and
that
it appears as if you're moving quicker than they can walk, but they do start lumbering out of the woods.
in that case, Azrael immediately casts Chill Touch on them.
Okay.
Are they within 5 feet of each other?
I would say you've moved past them. Is that a ranged spell?
Yes.
I'll say that they're within 5 feet of each other.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll automatically start casting at them.
And you shot what?
Ray of frost.
Okay. I would say, are you continuing on the wagon? Like, is it
Yeah.
still moving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell Cole to just keep moving.
So you two both hit them. It appears to hit them, but the wagon keeps moving.
They are the one I hit. If I hit him, he's moving 10 foot slower.
Okay, so one starts to slow down. One of them's walking. Give me insight checks.
Above 20.
16.
It appears to you that it would take some time to actually down these creatures, but it doesn't appear that they can really catch up to you if you continue.
I
at
would
the
keep
pace that
flinging frost bolts at him to slow
Because
them
we're not
down.
moving very fast and they're following us, right?
Yeah.
you're on. Yeah,
are
but
we-
they don't have like, they're not like super fast. They're just
Yeah.
kind of lumbering towards
And
you.
I can slow
Okay.
them down with the frost bolt too.
Over the next few rounds, we'll just pelt them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go back and forth between each one to make sure I keep the minus 10 foot speed on them.
So after some time, it appears you see them kind of fall over to the ground, and then the wagon just keeps moving.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Keep on getting it.
So next hour,
Kilmvor really doesn't like undead, so.
the next hour kind of
I don't think I do either.
passes uneventfully. And then the third hour, same thing, passes uneventfully, and you approach an area where you get the idea that you're getting close.
I'll tell Cole to like kind of signal to start going at like a slow pace, just to, and I'll be like, "Get ready, guys." This
So
is not
you hit
gonna
an
be
area
fun.
when you're approaching where it appears as if the wagon and the horse cannot bypass the heavy woods that you're approaching. So you get the idea that you probably can't carry the wagon and the horse any farther than you're currently at.
Okay. Well, on foot then?
I suppose so. Do you think the wagon and horses will be safe here?
No, not at all.
Alright,
Is
then.
there anything in the wagon?
No, it's just us. It was empty.
us, okay.
Yeah, empty wagon.
Oh. I was gonna say.
You can't make the horse small or something and just put it in your pocket.
Well, I was gonna talk to it, but I don't have that ability prepared, and just tell him to kind of like turn around and go back. But can I suggest to the horse like handling to help kind of?
If you want to try to send the horse back, you can give me an animal handling check.
13.
13. He kind of just looks at you confused.
I wasn't prepared.
Do we
for
still have our
this
spray
particular-
bottle?
I stole it.
What did he steal?
The little spray bottle.
Oh.
I needed it for some crafts, so I stole it back.
Give me 1 sec.
Allison, what's this commercial break brought to us by?
Chips and salsa.
That sounds so good.
I can respect that.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking starving.
I love chips and
I either
salsa.
want that or a burger right now, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, we're probably going Mexican after this.
Yeah.
I love the salsa from Chipotle.
Which one?
He actually
I mean, they're
likes
all
the
good.
cheese dip.
But the spicy, their
the-
cheese
the-
dip
I
is
don't
different.
like it.
They have a new one
Oh,
now.
they do?
The queso blanco. I need to try
Oh,
it
nice.
still.
So
Their
just
queso
like
is pretty good too.
I tried the yellow one. It was
I mean,
like
I hated it.
it's not like you
gritty
made
and
queso
watery,
yourself,
and I was
but
like,
it's acceptable.
I wanna
So
try
Corey,
that.
I
just
haven't
a
tried
heads
their
up,
queso blanco.
you added another 150 gold back. So I did write it down. I bought the 150 gold worth for the components for the shield spell, and then I also fronted another 200.
okay.
And then I guess they would have returned that
Drive
200 until Fenton gets back.
Okay, that's
so, because my gold amount didn't look right, and I'm like, dude, I just made a bunch of gold, and I'm still like under the amount. I know I had more than enough to pay for the components,
someone stole it. From
so I had to
my
go
character.
back through and like I was like, okay, I see where I made the discrepancy at.
Let's see.
So we're good. I don't need to borrow money
Okay, that's fine.
because I've already borrowed it.
So if I want tacos or those the fried fish
I already know what I'm getting.
with your beef tip burrito.
Delicious.
Should
Where
I
at?
tell you? Pause this for a second.
Hmm.
Have I told you about that appetizer that I get now?
Mm-mm.
It's literally a plate of French fries covered in queso and salsa verde with guacamole, and it's served with carne asada, but I always get it with little chicken. Pollo
Calm down, you're
asada.
making our viewers hungry.
And like a sour cream
Really
drizzle.
good.
Now I'm getting Mexican too. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's so good. I think that's what I'm gonna get. I deserve it.
I don't know what we're doing. I think we're making. Jen was gonna make this like soup tonight, like some. It was like a hamburger soup.
You guys should just come with us. We have to go to the dump though.
No, that's fine. She's still working on her homework.
Project.
So I'll say like
Sucks for you.
there's heavy brush forest all throughout here. So just imagine trees.
Okay.
Could I have
Use your
had the time
imagination.
while we were in the inn the night before to resummon my familiar?
If you want to, spend
Yeah.
the money to do that.
I have the materials to do it.
That's fine.
I would have brought Orion back as an owl.
Okay.
It's dark out.
It's always dark.
Okay. Right. I don't know why I asked.
But he has a direct line.
All right.
So.
I have
You-
I have
You can
enough
also
materials
call
for
it eternal darkness.
yeah, darkness eternal.
I have enough materials for one more casting of it.
Okay.
Additional after this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Azrael will snap his fingers to make that halo appear again, and he'll recast detect evil and good.
Okay.
Because he heard that there were evil creatures in the area.
No, I
So-
good guess.
That's a pretty good detection spell in this kind of campaign.
Yeah.
Detect evil
One
and good.
sec.
Well, everything's evil. It actually might be a little too good because you can't discern.
And then would I have also been able to, with everybody kind of getting new armor and stuff the night before, to kind of get an idea of what everybody's ACs are at?
I mean,
Because I know what armor they're wearing, and I know like what magic items they're using, so I can kind of get a general idea of.
well, the thing is that you kind of already discovered that
Right.
him and the barbarian are going to be
They're-
more of the forefront people.
Right.
But I mean, trying to get an idea of like how hard people are to hit, that's kind of, I don't know. Everybody's kind
It's-
of pretty good, but that's kind of hard to figure out to give you like, unless I was just to give you everybody's AC number.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to like generally kind of calculate. Like, because I know Cole is wearing the cloak of protection and the ring. and he's also a barbarian, so I know that he's a little more hardy.
You feel as if most of the people in your party are pretty well armored.
Okay. You know why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Is for
Well,
the spell.
Those two are probably a little less armored
Than you and
than
Cole.
me and Cole.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing studded +1, you're wearing studded
I'm only
+1,
at 16.
and that you both are just wearing
But
that.
he's got a +1 shield too.
Yeah, +1 shield.
Okay.
So I'm at 80.
So out of everybody, Percy's probably, you and Percy are probably the
Most
lowest.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Garrett.
Because I'm basically trying to figure out so I don't waste a shield spell on a 3rd level spell on them if it's still gonna hit them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but that's kind of, you have to kind of take that chance in the situations too. Let's see.
I would say that because it's reactionary, though, somebody can probably tell you where it's gonna hit them or not. Like your character would be able to judge if a longsword was about to hit them.
Okay. So, you guys are pretty heavily in the brush right now. There are just trees everywhere, very thick brush. Think of like if you were walking through woods and there was very close trees. It was kind of hard to like push through branches, so on and so forth. There's no trails really here. It's just very heavy brush.
Should we consider it difficult terrain?
I would say yes.
Do I know my direction? Like I know where I'm going.
You could give me a
Survival.
survival.
Oh, what's up? 19.
19. You know as if the cave that you believe that you're looking for is this way would be north, and you feel as if this is the way you need to head.
Okay, so I'll take the lead with Garrett behind me and just start kind of.
Okay.
Does Azrael sense any evil creatures within 30 feet?
30 feet. Currently, you do not.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have the drift globe going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Azrael will take up position behind those two.
Okay. Let's see. What can we do here? All right. So, put yourselves as how you would be moving through the brush here.
Okay.
Do you want a little mini for Garrett?
Sure.
Do you just
Have
want to
an
use one
outfit?
of these guys?
I was gonna say like grab one out.
A large owlbear mini.
No, he's
Yeah, not a
medium right
cub.
now.
You can use one of these if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. So there's Garrett. He's probably next to me, behind me. Because he's medium right now, because he's a cub. He's a cub.
I'm gonna say he's here, and Percy's probably in the back.
Okay.
Howling.
Gesundheit. Why are you sneezing so much?
I don't know.
What are you allergic to?
Cats, but it's not down here. It's just me.
All right. So you guys are just slowly moving through.
Yep.
All right.
Can I have Garrett make a perception check
Sure.
for smell?
So your sense, how long does that last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
I don't know how long it takes us to get through this particular section of forest, but
So as you're moving, you'll get pings kind of slowly around you, and then they disappear.
like they just poof, or do they appear to be moving away from me? Like
You,
I'd probably get a sense for how they're moving.
you get a sense for how they're moving. Like, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Garrett got a 17 on smell.
And I also know if it's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Okay.
I'm kind of destructive.
Insight 23.
23.
Because he's from the forest.
You get a feeling that there's something out here that is basically just weaving in and out to keep an eye on your position and also to just see what is around.
Okay.
Give me... Let me change the music.
Now, the spell is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So I probably would get blips simply because of the number of trees out here.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be constant, but every time there's like a direct line between me and them, I'd probably get a ping.
Okay. So yeah, you feel all around you, you would get like a blip, and then it would disappear as if something was kind of just like coming towards you and then like moving.
Okay.
So you all get a very huge feeling of dread when you're in this area.
Like we're being watched.
There's something out here. Be alert.
Does Garrett smell anything funny? 17.
He definitely smells something weird.
Do I know what type of creature this is?
So what did you say you
already
sense?
told you it's called a Wendigo.
Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. Okay.
You don't get the feeling out of any of those.
Okay, so we're on high alert, people. High alert.
So
Well, then arguably I wouldn't know what they are, even if it's evil.
oh, okay. Yeah, you just
It
get.
only detects those types of creatures.
Oh, then you wouldn't detect it.
Yeah,
Okay.
those types of creatures within 30 feet.
Well, you all still get the feeling that you're being watched. What are you guys doing as far as perception goes?
I'm keeping an eye out. I'm scanning the area.
Yeah, definitely same.
You're just like,
I'm
I-
more
I
focused
still
on
have my
navigating
bow out
to
if needed.
make sure like the easiest route.
Azriel would definitely actively be on the lookout.
okay.
Yeah.
And what are you all saying to each other?
I don't
Nothing
think
yet.
shit.
Probably very minimal, so we can listen
Yeah.
for any other.
Did you
surrounding.
say something to them at all?
I didn't have to because I didn't sense anything. So.
Okay.
I would have definitely warned everyone about the voices to make sure it's
Yeah.
like.
And what did you say?
Well, this
Before
was
we
this
got in.
this was previously, right?
Yeah.
You had already mentioned to
I'll
us.
say like before we went in.
Yeah.
It was like when we were discussing the Wendigos back in the inn,
Yeah.
you guys would have said something.
That they can mimic us.
Yeah.
And with the intention of trying to lure us away and break us up from each other, essentially.
This place is unnerving.
And you guys move a little further, and Alwyn, back from behind you, you hear a whisper, and it says, "This place is unnerving."
Turn and look, and then
I figured I'd give you something, Corey.
I say, "I hear something behind us," and I'm gonna turn and look and see if I can see anything.
Give me a perception check.
Alan will stop and keep an eye out
It's
behind
really
us.
low. 5.
You don't see anything. So, give me a perception check.
10.
10. You kind of catch something move out of the corner of your eye, and it just like moves between the trees and just keeps moving, and it looks like it's flanking.
I wouldn't have said anything, but I would have like pointed, like.
All right. So, are you guys stopped? Are you moving continuously?
Stopped.
I would have stopped. Once I saw it, I would have stopped and like try to.
And I'll have my bow kind of pointing in that
Say-
area then.
Azriel will and point in northward.
Towards the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say like, remember they can mimic our voices.
He like does this.
So, Percy, you kind of like, you turn your head and you hear what seems to be like, it sounds like a little girl. And she goes, "Do you have any food?" And it kind of resonates. And like, I would say that Azriel also kind of hears a subtle whisper like that. And it's very airy. Like, it's almost like, "Do you have any food?" And then, like, you notice something out of the corner of your eye just kind of, like, shuffle. Like, it's almost like you're being circled by something.
A couple of somethings or just one something?
Just one right there.
I'm pretty sure my hair immediately sticks up. And I'll definitely, if I see it kind of moving, then I'll definitely, like, be, like, ready to shoot.
Okay.
Ezreal's gonna gesture northward and start
Yeah,
walking
let's-
slowly that
Yeah.
way.
I'll nod and start.
Yep,
navigating
I'll nod
through
as well.
again.
All right, so you guys are moving forward.
Yep.
Slow pace, difficult terrain. We ain't moving.
So it takes a while.
we ain't moving shit.
All right, so you all kind of move forward.
Ezreal's actually going to move behind the party to just take up the flank.
Okay. All right. So, as you're looking around, you see out of the corner of your eye. Give me a perception check.
That's a 19.
So you actually notice, you hear a bit of a rustle on a tree up above, and when you look up, you see a creature kind of perched up on the branches of a tree, and it almost looks like somebody who is composed, like a humanoid-esque form, but it looks like it's composed of like almost like a branch-like armor, and it's got these like antlers almost sticking from its head. And it kind of like looks down at you, and you hear like that female voice, and it goes, "Do you have any food?" And then you see it just kind of start to circle again through the trees.
So there's one in the trees and one on the ground.
Don't
Or is it?
Or it might be the same one. You just see one.
Yeah.
We're still moving too.
Yeah. I'll very quietly say.
I'm gonna see if I can spot it. Look up in the trees.
Give me a perception check.
11.
11.
Yeah.
You do notice it as it moves, but you don't catch like a full view of what it is. You just see something large moving through the trees. And like when you're staring at it, you hear a voice come from behind you, and it says, "We're lost. Do you know where we're at?" And it continues to like circle around you.
So there's another one that I hear
Or it's
behind
the
me.
same one. I mean, just
I
because
hear
they're
something
saying
behind me as
different.
I'm looking at the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I say,
Fucking terrifying.
I know.
It's supposed to be.
I say out loud, I go, "You can stop the mimicry, and you can come out. What do you want?"
And you hear, she saw the one, or Percy saw the one up in the trees here. You saw something moving behind you that said that, and then from this direction, so you saw one back that way, you saw one through the trees over here, and then from that way, you hear something in a very airy voice repeat what you just said.
I don't believe these creatures are capable of discourse. Let's just continue.
Yep. Agreed. And we'll keep walking.
All right.
It's his dad.
This Pup.
He's the only person who ever knows him. He's in Japan right now.
Getting coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's a bad time to be in Japan.
Yeah. I don't think they had a choice because it was for work.
BAE actually has travel bans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for Japan, it's for
China.
Well, we have travel bans
Couple
for
of places.
China, Japan, and basically everything
Yeah.
right now.
So as you move forward, you all hear a voice from in front of you go, "Can I come with you?" And all of a sudden, one of these creatures from the trees above drops right down in front of Play.
initiative?
That's good.
Insight check.
Okay.
Does it seem to just be obviously they repeat things, but does it seem? Do I sense any
Hostility.
human intelligence inside of his
okay.
eyes? 12.
12.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that this thing isn't here to converse.
Yeah.
And it bends down and it starts to smell like play in front of him, and it starts to basically like sniff at him. And what you see is kind of like it almost looks like a very deformed creature with the antlers and kind of like a branch-like armor, and it just kind of bends down and starts like smelling him.
I lift up I drop the drift globe, so it just floats there, and then I wave my staff, and I'm casting frostbite at it, so
Okay.
it needs to give me a con save.
Okay.
Alright.
I imagine like it's pretty safe to assume they're not here to be
18.
friendly.
It passes.
It's
And I'll get you all
it's
to roll
sniffing you
initiative.
as if you're a delicious meal.
Yeah.
Or not you, but
Because I'm kind of curious, like, would I have...
Everything good?
Yeah, that was my dad. He's in Japan, so I didn't know what time frame, so I didn't want to miss the call.
right.
I didn't know if it was, I don't know, a weird time. So what are we doing?
Rolling
Initiative.
initiative. One just dropped down from the trees in front of you as it said,
They're sniffing you.
"Can I come with you?"
And then it,
And it
starts
dropped
sniffing you
down
as
and
if it's,
started
like,
sniffing you?
sizing you up.
Would I have been able to shoot it since I had my arrow, my bow and arrow ready?
If that's
for
what you
anything
wanted to
hostile?
do, you can do that.
Yes,
So,
I would
Alan,
like to.
what'd you roll?
16.
16. Play.
7.
7. Percy.
18.
18. Azriel.
20.
20. Cole.
Low. What's his initiative bonus? 9.
9. Alright. Alright, so take your shot.
And I have advantage because of assassinate.
What does assassinate say?
I have advantage if the creature hasn't taken a turn of combat yet, and any hit you score against the creature. Well, it's not surprise, so that doesn't count.
That's fine.
That is 18 plus.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I have a friend in 5 feet. And
So you don't get the crit on it with assassinate?
no,
So
17.
assassinate
It's not
doesn't
You get
surprise.
advantage if you
Yeah.
go first. If there's
How much
surprise
damage?
to you,
Um,
the crit.
I think it was 17 piercing.
17, so let's see.
If it was surprised, it would be a critical hit.
Okay.
So what did I
Alright.
see drop down in front of me?
You see a creature with like stick-like armor almost, and it's very humanoid-esque. It's tall though. It's very tall. It's still considered medium, but I would say it's closer to like 7 feet tall. And it kind of dropped down on all fours and then just started smelling you.
It's got antlers too.
When you say stick like armor, do you mean like bark skin, or do you mean like
Like
like he's actually cobbled sticks together?
Yeah, makeshift like stick-like armor.
I guess I was wondering where it was actually growing out of the body or not.
All right, Azriel.
I'm first. Does Azriel see any of them behind us? Not a perception check, just
what's your
general.
passive?
16.
Currently, you don't see anything.
Okay. He's going to stay where he is, but he's going to cast wrong character sheet. He will cast Guiding Bolt at that one.
Okay.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Radiant damage.
Okay, let's see. Radiant, you said 15?
Yep.
Alright, it's looking pretty rough.
and he will hold his position behind the two squishies.
Okay. Percy.
Question about assassinate.
Are you in this spot right here?
He still hasn't gone in combat yet, so does that mean I still get to use it? Because it doesn't have in here it doesn't say there's a limitation.
So was your first attack a readied action?
Yes.
Oh, so I guess it's up to...
So
do I get to use assassinate again?
what does it say again?
So it says if you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
So she
And it's
had
not
a
surprised,
readied
so I'm not
action,
gonna-
and now it's her turn in combat, and that thing still hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. So since he still hasn't gone, do I still get advantage or?
I don't think that's the way it's intended, but that's the way it worked out, the way we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Up to you. Okay. Just checking.
I mean, what's the worst?
Orion rolled a 3 in combat.
Not rolling good anymore, but that's 18 to hit.
Because I think it's intended for that first round of combat rather than...
Well, technically,
It's just weird because readied actions sort of add a gray area there.
I guess if it happens
count right
again,
now.
I wouldn't count the readied action as part of combat.
Right. It's something that happens
23
before.
piercing damage.
It goes
But
down.
then you end up in the area rule.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just kind
DM's
of...
discretion.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Alwyn, you see this thing go down in front of you.
I know there's others around us. I'm gonna attempt to locate them. And see
Okay.
if I can
Give
find
me
them.
a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20 plus 2.
You look around, and with the heavy brush, you don't see anything around you.
Okay. I will keep a... As soon as I see one move, I'm going to ready a Ray of Frost on it.
I'm gonna say
Oh, no, I can't because...
you use your action.
Yeah,
for
I
the-
did.
If it was just like you wanted to take a quick look and use your passive as the
yeah,
number,
I forgot. Yep, that's fine. Then I will stay right there.
all right. Cole.
Oh, that's me, sorry.
Jeez, get it right.
Cole's going to say, well, are we moving or not? Or whatever a dwarf would say. I don't really know how a dwarf would sound, but... and he's going to look around with his attack. He'll ready an attack, I guess, if anything comes near.
Play.
So what just happened was this thing jumped down, it like sniffed my face, it whispered some
And
sweet
the body
nothings,
is right in front of you on the
and it
ground.
was like...
Does it look dead?
And technically 2 other people went and there was no attacks. So I'm just gonna like examine it for my action.
Okay. Give me an... What do you want to do to examine it? You could do a nature check if you just want to... Are you looking for something on its body, or do you just want to see what it is?
seeing what it
You can give me a
is.
nature check.
20.
This appears to be what the stories have told you is what people are afraid of around here. It's nothing
Warped
like you've
cannibalistic humanoid.
ever seen.
Do I remember anything else now that I see it like up close? Or is it still all just legend of...
Just lore, basically.
Okay.
Folklore around this area.
I won't say anything, I'll just kind of just look and move its antlers and
Okay.
just kind of sit there.
So at this time, you all start hearing this almost like pickup of speed all around you with the trees, sticks cracking, movement, and all of a sudden 3 of these things pounce out from all angles towards various group members.
Son of a bitch.
Need help positioning them?
I'll push him.
Ugh.
Time for my spirit totem. Or we'll wait.
Oh, good. So it moved in range of call. Good. Damn it. Good.
All right. All right. It is going to pounce on the 3 people that it's around. I'm going to say when it pounces, we'll both do an attack. So the first one, let's see.
So,
It's going to go... I'll do the first one on Percy.
okay. Well, let me know when you get to Cole's.
It's going to try to bite at you. Does a 14 hit. Alright, it's going to try to claw you. That is a 21. Alright.
I am going to cast Adrasal's shield on her as it tries to leap in and attack her, or him,
So
and
your
you get
AC
a plus 5 to your AC. So
Does
does
it
a
still
21
hit?
still hit you?
It makes it 21 exactly.
Oh, well, then you wasted a 3rd spell slot. That's cool.
Okay.
Told you it was 16.
I'm not supposed to know.
That's going to be 13
Try your
slashing
best.
damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Even though your pride is shot, your heart feels good.
Strength? Oh, fuck. That's a 5.
Alright, so it knocks you prone, and because it was able to do that, it's going to make another bite attack on you. That's a 10. So it misses you with the bite. It's going to try to pounce on you.
Azrael?
Yep.
Okay.
19.
That's just what you needed.
Okay. That's going to be the bite attack. So 14 piercing with the bite.
Okay.
It's going to claw. That's a nat 1. So, and then the other one is going to try to pounce on Cole.
Okay.
You can go ahead and roll your attack too.
Pounce it.
Ooh, that was almost a 20.
Let's see. Hold on. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, it's going to try to claw. What am I doing? Oh, they get fucking advantage on this shit. I'm fucking up. Whatever. That'll miss. Alright.
Okay.
I missed it. So whatever.
Cole will retaliate.
Okay.
So he'll start by a claw attack, which was a 19 to hit
That will hit.
for 9 slashing damage. Second attack, higher to hit
Okay.
for 8 slashing damage.
Alright.
Third attack, 21 to hit.
What is the third attack from?
When he uses claw attacks, he gets an additional claw attack.
Oh, okay.
So he gets 4 attacks, which is pretty good, if I may say so. 6 slashing, and last one is...
Are any of them considered
12.
bonus actions or no?
No, it's all part of the same attack action.
Okay.
12 to hit. We'll probably miss.
That'll miss.
All right.
Alright. Orion.
Did you skip me?
No.
Oh, that's right. Orion will dodge because I haven't given him an order yet. So that's his turn.
Sorry. I just gotta answer this real quick.
No, you're good.
Bianca's reminding me that today is my 1 year for when I got the surgery.
Oh.
Congratulations.
So he's doing what?
Dodging.
Okay.
I haven't given him an order yet, so.
All right. Top of the round, Azriel.
Azriel.
And anything you guys are saying during this combat, you're hearing a whisper come into your ear that repeats the same thing that you say.
Azriel will cast Spirit Guardians, so I need all of them to make Wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
My party members are exempt. You have to declare he's exempt when you cast it. So.
Cut. 14.
That's just what you needed.
3 for number 3, and number 4 is a 15.
Okay. So that's 3d8 on a fail and half on a success.
Okay. So 3 failed, the other 2 passed.
So that's 8 if they failed, 4 if they passed, radiant damage.
8. Let's see.
And Azriel will yell, advance towards the cave.
Okay. And you staying there?
For the moment, yeah.
Okay. Percy, you are currently prone.
So I would stand up for half my movement.
Okay.
I guess Azriel will move 5 feet. So.
Okay.
I haven't done this in a long time. Am I able to just like drop my bow and pull out my rapier for number 2? Okay.
Just remember, if you drop your bow, you
I
have to pick it up.
Yeah.
So if for some reason you have to run, it'll stay where it's at, unless you use an action to pick it back up. Well, interact with it in the next turn, but then you'd have to drop your rapier.
I don't think a 13 hits.
That'll miss, unfortunately.
Okay, then, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Can I bonus action dodge? I don't think I can do that.
No.
No. Okay.
You can
Nope,
just
I'm
dash or disengage or hide as a bonus.
I'm good.
All right. Staying there.
Yeah.
Alwyn.
It's probably not going to work. Frostbite on number 2.
10.
That worked. 9 points of cold damage, and he has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes.
Okay. We're at a D up there for that. All right. Y'all done?
Mm-hmm. Free action, I tell Orion, start helping everyone else, or by distracting.
Okay. All right. Cole.
Oh, yeah, cool.
You're doing great, Will. No sarcasm.
So I misread it. So you get 1 extra claw attack.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I was like, 4?
Well,
that seems...
It said when you take the attack action on your turn and make an attack with your claws, you can make an additional attack using your claws. But it's not it's 1. So
Gotcha.
you only get 1 additional one. In which
So
case,
you want to just take 1 away for this turn, since you did the 4?
yeah, that's fine.
So you get 2.
So he'll make a claw attack and a bite attack.
Okay.
Or no, he'll make it a tail attack. So claw attack against number 4.
What is his character?
It's a new, it's a Unearthed Arcana barbarian form where you kind of like turn animalistic.
Yeah.
I actually think it's cool because like you get to like attack as a
He
barbarian.
wears like claws and things.
like a
and
werewolf.
tail.
Like you're basically turning into like a werewolf, and like you can just
When
like
you're fighting, or
yeah, like
all
when
the
you
time, that's what he
rage,
looks like.
when
Oh,
you rage, you like gain
cool.
claws and stuff.
That's really cool.
Which I think is cool because like I wanted a cool barbarian class where it was more about like bodily
Savage.
melee instead
Yeah.
of just like weapon stuff. So I
Yeah.
thought it was cool, but they're still considered weapons, so you can
He
like
was
Yeah.
reckless, but it would have hit anyways. But 23 to hit
that'll hit.
for the bite. Sorry, I meant the claw.
Turntable.
7, 8, 9. So 9 slashing on the claw. And then he'll. Is it still up?
Yep.
He'll swing at it with his tail. That should hit too. 17 plus 7.
Yep.
And that's a D12. 14, I assume bludgeoning.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
It's looking bad, but it's still up.
Yeah, that's his action. And I forgot to mention he's raging, but he's raging.
Okay.
He will step 5 feet forward towards the cave.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
All right. Play.
He will use his action to slap Garrett on the butt. Go, let's see what you got. And then
Up to 2?
yep, up to 2. And then he'll make a bite attack
I'm scared for him.
He's got a lot of health. He's good.
for a 24
That'll hit.
for 4 piercing.
4.
And then he will attack with his claws for 15.
15 will miss.
So he gets a little bite, gets a little claw, and then
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Do you want to move or stay there?
I will back up diagonally 10.
This way?
Yeah.
See, that's why healing word would be awesome for you, because you could attack with Garrett and still like heal somebody.
I may have done that after my long rest.
Yeah, I was like, that's a cool interaction.
Because I was
there,
like,
though.
because wasting my action was like, how many bonus action things can I really do? I was like,
The best one.
The only one that matters because it's so powerful.
All right, so let's see. Number 2 has disadvantage, so on its first attack.
It needs to make a wisdom save on its turn.
Okay. 8.
That is a fail. They all do.
8.
Fail.
Nat 20.
That's a pass. 8 on a fail, 4 on a pass.
All right, so number 4 dies.
Ooh.
All right, you said 8 on a fail. Okay. All right, so number 2's first attack is disadvantage. It's going to try to bite Percy. Ooh. Does a 18 hit.
Yep.
All right. That's 2d8. So 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need a con saving throw. Oh, I forgot this part too, man. I'm fucking up.
Yeah, I was expecting some kind of poison or necrotic damage.
13.
That's exactly what you needed. You're good. And then it's going to try to claw at you.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit.
Yeah.
For 11 slashing damage as
I'm
it
down.
claws down on you.
Okay.
what? Good thing I don't have to touch it.
Garrett's like... number 3 is going to try to bite you.
Okay.
Cocked. Does a 20 hit.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my reaction again to cast Resolve Shield, see if it fucking works.
It does work.
Okay, it's going to try to claw you. 20.
Nope.
All right.
The shield blocks it again.
And then that's it. Orion.
He's gonna fly by number 3. Going 5. Distract there, so he's gonna give the help action to the next attack against number 3. And so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and he'll just fly over there.
Okay. All right, top of the round, Azrael.
Azrael will cast Cure Wounds on his downed companion. You heal for 11. And he will do nothing with his bonus action.
Okay.
He will stay put.
Percy, you are up.
How do I fix this?
What?
You
How do
just
I give myself 11?
Click it.
Oh.
Back.
Duh. 1 second. Okay. Stand up for half my movement and I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And I'm gonna try and slay this little piece of shit with my rapier.
okay.
Make it good.
That didn't make it
wasn't
anything. Oh, that's even worse. I missed.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonus action disengage and go the rest of my movement.
All right.
So you have
15.
You just gonna run that way.
I'll probably run this direction, like towards the cave.
Okay, so 15 feet would be like right
You have
here.
your feline agility too,
Yeah, but I don't want to get too far.
because your bow's on the ground.
Yeah, I need to get it.
Okay. Alwyn.
I'm going to cast Frostbolt at number 3 at advantage. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Fuck him up. I've wasted all my 20s in the beginning.
Oh wow.
I can't wait.
20 points of cold damage.
Jeez.
Okay, it's looking bad.
My turn.
All right. Cole.
Cole's gonna run up to number 2. Actually, he'll run up to number 3, I think.
Okay.
And he will claw recklessly. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
6. 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
Second claw recklessly. 16 to hit.
Just what you needed.
All right. Another 8 slashing.
It goes down.
He will swing his tail at number 2 from the position he is at because it has reach.
Now double check something because I thought that you had to pick if you grew a tail or you grew claws.
Oh, is that the case?
It might be.
Sorry, it's not. Features. Up. I'm looking at my character. In which case it'll be claws. It's fine. Features. Reach. Attack. Form of the beast. Manifesting a natural melee weapon each time you reach. Oh, so you have to choose. Okay, so it'll be a bite.
Okay.
So third bite.
So
is...
this is all difficult terrain, by the way, which I haven't been saying. So
Okay.
he moved. Let's see.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'll say he got up to that one, but I'll say you probably can't get up to number 2.
Okay.
So you down that guy, and then
And then he stays there.
okay.
So I probably didn't actually go as far as. you
Yeah, you're
said.
fine.
Okay.
This is all a bunch of shit I'm trying to track.
Okay.
So
He has where was he?
I think he was right here. So 5, 10.
Yeah, that would have taken his full 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's his turn.
Okay. Play.
You got this, Garrett. That's action. Bonus action. I will healing word my cat friend standing next to me. So Eric's gonna come out, and you just see him go. And you gain 4 hit points.
He spits a nut of healing at you.
I'll just like wipe it off my face and be like, thanks.
I meant an actual nut.
And then Garrett's turn.
Little acorn of healing.
Beak attack. That is a 24
It's like a globule
That'll hit.
of healing energy in the shape of that.
for 7 piercing.
Okay. And then
And then he'll go for his claws. 12.
nah, that'll miss.
Damn it.
All right,
good
his
with the beak,
turn.
sucks with his
Wisdom
hands.
save. 8.
That is a fail. Ooh. 18 radiant damage.
It's going to turn to you, and it's going to try to hit you.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you the finger.
Alright.
Stop doing this guardian stuff.
15.
15 will miss.
Alright, it's going to try to claw you. 23.
That will hit.
Okay.
Do my reaction.
He's already used 2 third-level slots, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wasted
For 10 slashing damage and a Constitution saving throw to hold your concentration.
Come on. Okay. I still got it.
Okay.
18.
Yep. Orion.
Is there any Constitution saving throws associated with getting hit?
For it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, you had her making Constitution saving throws earlier, so I was checking.
Oh, no. The attack it hit you with, you didn't have to do that with. All right. Orion.
Flyby number 2.
Okay. Azrael.
I'm just gonna swing at it. Yeah.
Advantage.
Very high to hit. 20 something.
Yep.
What does that mean?
1d8. 8 plus 5 is 13 magical slashing.
It goes down.
Woo!
Does Azrael hear anything? Any more of those voices?
Currently, I would say you're out of combat. Are you just perceiving to see if you hear anything
Yeah,
else?
I'm checking to see if I hear any more of them.
Currently, you do not hear anything.
Let's keep moving. We don't want any more unexpected visitors.
I went up to Garrett. Like, good job.
Good job.
And Azrael will move 30 feet.
Okay. We'll probably wrap it there just because we're out
right.
of time.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna stow my bow and grab my stow my rapier and grab my bow.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys killed some things.
Yeah.
You learned some things, and you're gonna keep on heading in next episode, which will be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So I hope today was enjoyable. There's some cool lore drops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Come watch us play our normal Monday night group.
Yeah.
So see ya.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.